Hey! Holy shit, that was a big spike. Welcome to the Herd Podcast. I'm Harrison.
I'm Adam.
I'm Zach.
I'm Cam.
We're a couple people short this week for an episode.
Yeah, it's not weekly anymore.
Dude, everyone's dropping like flies.
I'll stay.
I don't like it anymore. I talked to you guys enough during the week. I don't need to dedicate talking to.
I don't know.
Just started off by shitting on us.
Yeah.
Okay. E3, that's the big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
E3 happened.
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't expect like anything going into it. Not like I went there, but like there were a couple games that I thought was interesting, like Cyberpunk for sure.
Yeah.
I was overall underwhelmed. I had some high hopes. I mean, because like from Cyberpunk, we saw like an hour of gameplay already, and they said it had changed a lot and they've worked on it a lot, and then they give us some CG trailer.
But they had a short trailer thing, which was like the 50 seconds leading up to the release date when Keanu like points, he's like, "Here's the release date," and then it plays like fucking 1 second clips.
Yeah.
All laced together.
There's a
and you
motorbike.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I think it'll be
I
good.
didn't care much about Keanu Reeves. I mean, that's cool, but like, that's not enough. It's an actor. All right, that doesn't make a game good.
He's your like sidekick though, so he like sticks with you the whole
Yeah,
game.
Johnny Silverhand.
People, it's such a stupid name.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, his name is Johnny and he has a silver hand.
Apparently, it's also based on like a board game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out recently.
Mike Pondsmith made it.
Did he make anything
No.
else? Why do you know his name?
Because he's involved in the development, so like he's on the
okay.
subreddit a lot and answers people's
Oh.
questions.
It's a good name for a board game.
Pondsmith?
Pondsmith.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
a cool name. He's a cool guy. He's good at sounding cool. Like he had one of these videos before
What
we
does
knew
that
anything
mean?
about Cyberpunk, and he's just like walking around like nighttime in a city talking about Cyberpunk, and it's like, this guy's cool.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be good. The idea is, I guess, I don't know if it's like sort of unique. It feels kind of like Deus Ex style,
Yeah.
but it's definitely cool with the whole thing. Like, well, the main point of the game is like body modifications are getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
So like they had like the guy in the trailer with the fucking sword hands and whatnot. So I feel like it's gonna be fairly customizable with weapon wise. It's not just gonna be like guns. You're gonna be able to have like chainsaw dicks and stuff.
Oh, that's a shame. But no, I just wanted for the big open world. I can't remember who. Somebody in this group complained that there isn't enough action in the gameplay.
In what?
For Cyberpunk.
I didn't see. I was confusing it with another game.
Was it you?
Yeah, there was. What's that game where you walk around and it's kind of the same theme, but you just like interact with things. So you're opening a door and you just twist the joystick or whatever.
What?
No idea.
It was kind of Cyberpunk.
Was it the game that he was playing?
No, there's that one with the streamer where he kills a dude or something. Like, I don't know what game it is. But like, it's the
kills a
same
dude and
like,
you turn a
tone, I
joystick.
think. But the gameplay just looks like a walking simulator, and I was kind of like, I don't want that. But
I have no
I don't know
idea.
what you're talking about.
Well,
You're describing
Is it new? Like it's
nothing.
coming out?
I'll figure it out. Just give me a second.
Okay. It's gonna
Yeah.
be something that's not related.
Anyways.
at all.
Yeah.
Regardless of that extra confusion, like I want the world to explore and like talk to people and stuff. I want to be able to spend a lot of time not shooting people.
I feel like they're gonna do that. Like, there's no way they go from Witcher 3 to being like, yeah, so we added like nothing in the open world.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they know what people want.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
I don't know, especially with Witcher, because like the combat in Witcher isn't that good ever.
It's pretty bad.
So
Yeah.
like the fact that it's that interesting for that long is just
There's so much spinning in The Witcher. I don't know if you guys got that one
no
attack.
hold X.
Yeah, you hold it down and you just like spin around
For me, it was
infinitely.
it was a lot of rolling. Like, I don't think I parried like except for like the shield guys. I think that was the only time I ever parried. Otherwise, I was just
Did you
fucking.
never do your short hop instead of a roll?
No,
I don't think you
never
really have to, do you?
Do a hop instead of a roll?
Yeah.
Well, it's better because you can counterattack instead of just like yeeting yourself away.
No,
You just
I would
use
just
yourself
fucking
more.
roll, hit, roll, hit. It was the easiest way.
Yeah. No, the combat wasn't great, but the story was great. But like now, I'm reading the books, and it's making me think that the game wasn't. I still think it's a good game, but I used to think it was like the best game ever. I'm kind of not thinking that anymore because I'm realizing they just took a book and then made some subpar game mechanics and put in a great story. The story is great, and like the choices and everything are great.
So
That
the
deserves some
books are
credit,
very
but
good.
The books are really good, yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard like the books change like how you think of different characters, like especially Yennefer.
They
'Cause
do.
she's a bitch in the game.
Yeah, no, she's still a bitch.
Oh, okay. Never
But
mind.
she-
Everyone on like the Witcher subreddit's like, oh, you have to read the books to like her.
Okay, she's more of a lovable bitch,
Okay.
but she's still like a terrible person. But she's got like a soft core, basically. There's just more depth. It's easier to like characters, I guess, when you learn more about them.
Speaking of like shit.
Wait,
sort of-
it was Detroit Become Human.
Oh. Yeah, that game was shit.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
I thought
that
it
was
was
like,
that,
um,
and it was like,
Yeah, I'm not a big. I guess a lot of people like them, but like I think it's the worst like type of game. Like they might as well just put it on Netflix instead of making a game.
yeah.
Like the ones where like
Yeah, they're like Telltale style.
yeah, or Telltale or
Oh,
Heavy Rain,
Mm.
that style.
Yeah.
Or I
Life
think
is Strange.
Undead Within. There's a lot of them.
I love
Is it
Life
Undead?
is Strange. I guess they could put it on Netflix as long as I can
Yeah.
play it somewhere. I don't give a shit.
But this thing, you just make it fucking Bandersnatch style.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can do it. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't, because they're not really I guess they sort of make it replayable, as in like you want to get all the different endings.
Yeah.
But it's not like you could just get lost. Like there's a very limited amount of time you can spend in those games.
Yeah, there is. Like Life is Strange is one of my favorite games, but I only played it once.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna touch that again.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I guess with like the same with Witcher 3, that's like one of my favorite games. But I guess I want to go back for it to like New Game Plus now. But it's just so long. It's like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play it all over.
I played it twice.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna beat the DLC and then play the game. The DLC is so long as well,
Yeah.
and then I gotta like play.
I never
for, like,
finished Blood and Wine.
Really? You just like started again?
It was
neither.
because I started reading the books when I was playing Blood and Wine, and oh holy shit, the spoilers in Blood and Wine.
Yeah.
So I got worried. I was like, you know what? I'll just finish the series and come back to the game, and I don't know if I'll ever go back to
I haven't
it.
liked Blood and Wine so far. Hearts and Souls I thought was very good. I was a big fan of that, but Blood and Wine was...
Everyone's kind of the opposite of that. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
really,
because
I like
Blood,
them both.
Blood and Wine added like a new world,
Yeah.
but honestly there wasn't much to it. It was just like, I just don't like vampires. They fucking bore me. Like there's only so much you can do with them.
Vampire Masquerade. You
Yeah,
know
that
that
one,
game?
yeah.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
I have
they
no idea
revealed
what it's like.
gameplay at E3.
That's for Switch,
Oh
right?
yeah, they.
No,
I
really.
don't-
I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is, but I know it confused me because it has like 3 subtitles, doesn't it? It's like Vampire
Yeah,
Bloodlines, The Masquerade
Oh.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's like a classic RPG in terms of like you have like 6 things you can say to anyone at any given moment, and there's like a lot of places it can go, and your character isn't voice acted. And
Okay.
So it's kind of like you can. There was a gameplay demo, and it was like you pick a character, so you could like. There's like a bat guy, so that in a level you can get through flying, or there's one that can turn into like mist and stuff. So it's kind of like you build a character and then you can face different, or get through the level differently.
no game has ever done that before.
Yeah. Well, I think the old one, you could play a vampire character, but you can't go outside in the daylight. Like normal vampires could, but this one class couldn't. So you just played the whole game in the sewers.
That sounds,
That's
That's
amazing.
really boring. Yeah.
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 That sucks if you didn't know that, and then you like
You just
pick
pick
that
that one,
character.
it's
It's
like,
like,
well,
well, half the game
They
is
look
just
cool.
gone.
Yeah.
But like speaking back to the sort of Witcher style, speaking of shit combats, I've been playing through Arkham Knight recently. I realized like the combat system in the game is so bad. Like it's just you look at someone, you press left click, and you just spam it because Batman can jump 50 feet across the fucking room to like kick some guy.
It's kind of like State of Decay. When you're fighting zombies, you just click on them.
Yeah. Like there's really only so much you can do with like a mouse. Like it's 2 buttons. Like they try to get you to counter as well, but like there's really no need to. I can just like left click them before they even get a chance to get near me. Like, but it was
Does
a
it
very
at least look cool?
It looks cool. Yeah, you're doing. It's a weird take on Batman because usually in like the comics and stuff he's sort of I guess more stiff, but like he's doing like ballerina moves and backflips and whatnot. It's very weird.
See, that's why I always liked Assassin's Creed. Kind of less now. But
What happened?
oh well, they got like RPG.
Oh, okay.
Because what I always loved about Assassin's Creed was the animation. It was just so believable. It's a cool dude, and it's got all these awesome animations. And I didn't mind that the combat was press B and X.
Yeah, I was
over and
gonna say
over
the
again.
combat was like that. It was just
That's all it was, but it looked so fucking cool, and there's so much
Yeah.
variety in the moves.
Yeah. But
So, I
honestly,
didn't
most of
mind
the
that.
most of the combat, like I didn't really touch much because I would just do all like stealth shit. Like I didn't go face first into anyone. Yeah, I was good.
Good. Okay. No, when I was playing that game, I would just walk through the front gates of a fortress and be like, "Come fuck me up."
Oh,
I just wanted to
okay,
see as much combat as
you
I
have to
could.
just watch out for like the bomb guys. That's all I remember
Bomb
from Black
guys.
Flag.
Yeah.
The bomb guys were like
Bomb
the
guys
only
are
ones who
really
could
hard,
actually
yeah.
kill you.
Everybody else is
Everyone-
like, you do the same thing too, and then the bomb guys are like, oh, you have to hit A and then X.
And then
instead
in
of
Black
E.
Flag, you get like just the ridiculously overpowered endgame weapons. So like your pistol that has 4 rounds that can one shot everybody,
Yeah.
and you have your armor that deflects bullets.
Yeah,
so
you
you can't get
bulletproof
shot.
armor. It's like-
What the fuck? I used to love those games, but now they're. I don't know. I like the games, but they're not Assassin's Creed, which is a good and bad thing at the same time.
Like how have they made them that different, like RPG style?
Because they're RPGs and you make choices, and it's like completely and entirely open world. There's no closed. Well, there's some, but there's never closed areas. You know what? Maybe they don't have an excuse for it. I'm trying to excuse it, but they've just gotten lazier.
Is it like lack of parkour and all that?
Yes,
Oh.
lack of parkour. It's all the same animations. There's no more. The combat is fucking awful. It's fun. It looks like shit. You just like swing your spear at him, and there's no kill animations until the last guy, and there's a chance, and it's like 2 that I can choose between.
That's weird.
It sucks.
I still don't know why they haven't done like anything in Japan. Like they've done like small stuff in there.
Everybody wants that. China and Japan.
I feel like they've
I always
teased it a
wanted
few
that.
times.
Yeah, but it just seems like the most like obvious next step.
Yeah, there was a 2D one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Chronicles.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
what one of my school projects was based off of.
How'd you how?
I didn't. I tried.
Oh.
But no, it was like one of those 2D stealth games. That's what those were.
Yeah.
And that was in China.
I think I had that on the DS, or I had like some Assassin's Creed on the DS.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, there was
You guys ever play Mark of the Ninja?
no.
That one's good.
I sure have.
looked at it.
Did you get that from my library, or did you already have it?
No, I played it on another friend's library.
Because that one has like a 98% on Steam or something. It's like one of the highest rated
it's
games.
good, yeah. And then there's like developer commentary through it, which is cool. And then you can beat the whole game without killing people,
Hmm.
but
That's
it's
like
hard.
Dishonored. That's the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing. Like you can beat the game. I have no idea how you're supposed to do that. Like, cause like, or even going stealth. Because as soon as like one guy notices you, you're done for like the rest of
Oh,
the
yeah,
level. Like they just sound sirens and alert everyone.
Yeah, it'd be so hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta like touch it again just because I finished the game. And, like, I think I only had like 4 hours in the game.
You
Like, it's-
finished it?
Well, it's like a very short game.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you do everything like close to first try, it would be pretty quick.
Yeah.
I probably took a lot longer than that. I played it. When I was young, I could not play games. I played games, but like I was.
You were just
awful.
bad.
I didn't finish anything. I think I finished that because I was a bit older at that point, but I was still like all the Lego Star Wars games that I never finished, and I would just like play the same level over and over again to collect studs and get cheats.
I would just get-
How do you not finish a Lego Star Wars game?
Man, I don't know. It's concerning.
I
thinking
had my
about it.
mom help me 100% the first game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I got her to do that, but like we 100% of the game. That's like the only game I ever won 100% of.
Oh, man.
I used
Because,
to
like my
always,
mom.
I used to always get mad at my sister because that was the one game we could play together. It was Lego Star Wars, and what she would always do is she would play as R2-D2, and she'd put him in the hot tub, and she wouldn't move. You know how the screens are connected, so
Yeah.
they can't move without each other. So I'd just be sitting there trying to get her to move, and she's like, R2-D2's having fun.
They're remaking that game though.
Yeah,
I'm
is-
so excited.
Is it like a remaster, or is it actually?
I think
entirely
they're
the
just
game?
redoing it.
No, they're
like redoing
That's
the
kind of
movies.
exciting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
like it's gonna be like brand new levels and
Yeah.
everything,
That'll be
and it's gonna be like open world and everything.
I'm hoping that they go back to the like classic Lego games where they don't ever talk.
That was so much better.
Yeah.
Like the Luke and Darth Vader scene, and he like pulls out a picture from his pocket.
Yeah.
A picture of Luke with the family.
Like I don't mind it. Like Lego Batman 2, I think was the first one I saw that had it, and like it sort of caught me off guard, but I didn't mind it. But like honestly, like they sort of lose the style of comedy
Yeah.
they had of
Yeah,
having
it's
to
not
like
as funny.
mime everything out. But yeah, I'm definitely super excited for that game. Just because like open world Lego games like Lego Batman 2 and Lego Marvel are like super fun because you just beat the game
Mhm.
and then
Oh, I forgot about
you just go and do like side missions
Which
and
was the
stuff.
one with the big city.
Lego Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was so good.
That one's fun.
Because like
that
you
was
just
so much fun.
you just go to wherever and you try to like do this mini side mission to unlock this character, and I had like everyone in that game.
I remember that was the first time I knew anything about Ant-Man, and I think he literally turned into an ant. I'm not sure. It was really
I don't
No,
stupid.
remember
he just
when-
got really tiny.
Oh, okay. I just remember he was utterly useless, and I thought he was so stupid that he was a superhero. Now he has a whole movie franchise.
Well, they added like a Lego city to Forza Horizon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah.
just
Saw that.
just
Fully
added that,
destructible
yeah.
and they're Lego
Lego
cars,
Speed
too.
Champions. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
new Forza Horizon 4 DLC.
That's a DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Lego cars.
Wait,
And-
they're up to the 4th Forza Horizon?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Yeah, they trade years. I think they do like
Yeah.
That's free on
Forza
the Game Pass.
Motorsport
Oh,
and then
yeah,
Forza
I'm not gonna play
Horizon.
it,
I tried it. I think racing games kind of bore me. I don't know. I just hold down right trigger and go forward.
Some
Yeah.
some
yeah,
are good.
I'm in the same boat.
The ones that are like you have to like escape from police, like Need for Speed style, I like those ones. But the ones where it's just like basic racing, are lame.
One that I loved and will always love was Burnout Paradise.
I was
No.
about to say Burnout Paradise.
I
just
had-
because of the destruction.
Oh, it was so
I had
good.
Burnout Takedown 2, which was sort of similar to except it didn't have like the whole open world thing.
Oh shit, maybe I'm thinking of that one.
Well, Burnout
What are the
Paradise
Burnout
was like the
ones?
open world one, where it was like you would do a race, but it wouldn't tell you like how to get there, just like the final location.
I don't
And you-
know. I didn't have an open world one.
Oh, okay, so that's then yeah, Burnout Takedown.
I would literally just floor it into a
Yeah.
wall. Like I just loved destroying shit in that game.
It was good how it was like you would gain boost by going into oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
So like encourages you to like do jumps and like.
And there's a whole game mode where it's cause as much destruction as you can.
Yeah.
Like it would put you like sideways to like a whole intersection, and you just have to like aim for the semi trucks and.
God, the best thing, it's one of my favorite games, and I never actually owned it. I had the demo, and I played the demo over and over again. I did that with Just Cause 2 as well.
I did that with the B movie, the game.
I've got the demo of the B movie game on my Shrek game.
Demo
Xbox.
disc? Demo
I have
discs were the
B-movie
best.
Shrek on one disc.
Like just having like 3 game demos on one disc and just like
See, I never knew about that. The only way I know about demo discs is from Funhouse.
I would get them from magazines.
Do you watch Funhouse?
I watched them, yeah.
I know you did. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, because I think I'd always get them from like gaming magazines. They'd like come on the cover and stuff.
I never got
Yeah,
that
I never
stuff.
got those either. I just
I had
download
one.
demos off of Xbox Marketplace or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Man,
What was the game you liked though? The game you were talking about that you never owned.
Oh, Burnout
Burnout
Paradise.
Paradise.
Was that?
We were
Oh, was that
talking
it?
about-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I interrupted you. I didn't realize that was it.
No, it's just the cherry on top because I
Wait,
never
what happened in the
played any
demo?
of it. I think it just gave you like a tiny area of the open world.
Yeah, it was a small area and it was like
It probably timed you
it
as
was.
well.
I think it was like 30 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Zach and I used to play the Just Cause 2 demo, and you could glitch it. I don't know how much time it gave you, but you could do some weird stuff with the border. Like it gave you only a little bit of time, and you could make it last forever, and you could go outside the barrier, but none of it was rendered, so you just like fall through the floor.
Yeah, it was like a 45-minute timer on the demo.
But it was so easy
you
to
could
break.
you could pause it at the end and then unpause and it would just break the timer or something.
So stupid.
It was something really easy.
Like, how did they manage that? That's so weird.
I don't know. I have no idea how that happens, but yeah. It
Yeah,
just-
we had infinite demo time, but it was still hardly any of the game.
Yeah, it would like completely break the demo too, because it would just like the timer would break and then the invisible walls that walled you in just disappeared. It just, I don't know.
I love that game. It had a complete disregard for physics. Like you jump off a slight hill and just like start flying, like you're skydiving. And you just start flying horizontally. It's ridiculous. I was really disappointed with the new ones, though. I don't know if none of you have played them, have you?
I'm gonna be honest. I zoned out. What game are we talking
Just
about?
Cause.
Just Cause. I was like trying to piece shit together. Like I hope they say the name of the
strikes.
game. Just Cause. Yeah, I played all of them except Just Cause 1.
So you played Just Cause 3?
Yeah.
You
I
played
haven't
Just Cause
played.
4?
Why the fuck did I say all of them? I
You
played
played
half of them.
Well, you said except 1, so you played 2.
I played 2 and I played 3.
Okay.
Or we played multiplayer with both of them.
Yeah, I forgot about Just Cause 2. Did we play multiplayer in 3?
Yeah. Remember the wagons?
Oh.
Yeah, we were like, it was that was the only fun thing to do in it because like
Basically.
there's so much to do yet so little to do.
Yeah.
Like you can just go around the open world, but there's no goal or anything, and it's too laggy to fight anyone. But the fun thing is you just spawn in a wagon. They had like a wagon dirt track, and you just like fucking.
We found
rip
like
it down
a
there.
little hill. You go flying off a ramp.
Yeah, yeah.
That's classic.
That was super
I
fun.
completely forgot about that.
And then we started using like boats and stuff, and helicopters.
Oh yeah.
Because like they had boost to any.
The boost was just bullshit, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found those games. Well, okay, just got 3. I haven't played 4, but its reviews are like 26%, so that speaks for itself. I think they're just like garbage compared to the old ones.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Just Cause 3 was good, but the thing was they optimized it so poorly that like I couldn't finish it. I just couldn't put up with it.
Yeah, I did finish it. Shouldn't have. I could hardly play it.
Yeah. Like I don't know what that is that like they put out a game and they're like, oh fuck optimizing it. Let's put out DLC. Like,
Yeah, that was the worst
They
part.
want money, but if you fix it, I feel like they'll also get money.
I forgot about that, because like all the reviews and all the comments were people saying, fix
Yeah.
your shit, and you're like, here's a new DLC for you.
But I think what they do, they would fix it, and then it would be all good, and they'd release a DLC, and it would like break the game again.
Oof.
Like, yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I'm glad with Batman Arkham Knight, because when I first bought it, it was when they had the 30 FPS lock, because I thought they had fixed it, and I was like, this is shit, and then I didn't touch it for a while. And then they did go back and actually like fix the game, so it runs completely fine now. So that's like the one time they fixed the game.
When did that release?
Probably like a year or 2 ago.
And they had a 30 FPS lock on PC?
Yeah, like on
Jeez.
release they had a 30 FPS lock.
How could anyone think that's okay?
Yeah, I don't know. It was dumb.
God.
And then you would take the FPS lock off, and then it would run like even worse. It would just stutter a shit ton. But speaking of E3 again, Watch Dogs Legion. I thought that one.
really
That
intrigued.
looks, yeah, interesting.
It could be a load of bullshit
I
given
don't-
Watch Dogs history.
I don't care because Watch Dogs 1, I really like that game.
I like Watch
Like,
Dogs 1.
Yeah,
I
like
never played it.
if you forget that it's a shitty port and that it's super unoptimized, like the actual the gameplay and the story like are both quite good. It's just they fucked it up with like optimization and bugs and stuff.
I absolutely love the idea of building your own story. That's why I love State of Decay 2 so much, because I got my own little crew, and it's just my own stories are randomly generated. I love
Yeah.
that. And it seems like that with like an exploded budget.
Is the goal of State of Decay 2 just like escape?
No, there's plague hearts, and they remote control plague zombies, and if you get hit by them, you get infected. So you gotta kill the plague hearts so that your base doesn't get overwhelmed with these especially dangerous zombies, and then I don't know what happens after you destroy them, but that's the goal right now, and
Oh,
I've been
okay.
playing for like 20 hours, so
20 hours?
So it's just kind of like survive, and you survive by killing these things.
Yeah, it's like survive, and if you want to make things easier for yourself, run around and take out infestations and plague hearts.
Because
You gotta put yourself at risk to help yourself in the future. Lost some people to that. It can get really
You
intense.
gotta try RimWorld then. RimWorld's like the ultimate, like...
Except that looks so difficult to play.
It wasn't...
it's
not
top
too
down
bad.
though.
It's
isn't
top
it?
down.
I don't know what it is. I can't play a game
But
unless
it'll
it's
be
third
like-
person or first person. Like,
Yeah, no, it'll be like... Once I had bandits come in, as well as like a friendly trading caravan, and then the trading caravan started attacking the bandits, but one of my guys was in between, and they just got hit in the heart with a bullet and died instantly. And it's like, okay. Or like another guy, like, the random pods crash land, and his leg was super injured, so I had to like chop it off, and then he had wood legs, so he's not as efficient.
I just realized I've been mistaking
Yeah.
RimWorld and Factorio. Are they anything alike, or am I just...
They're top down.
Top down.
They're both top down. Do you build anything in RimWorld, or
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah, but it's not like
It's not like big
it's
base building.
yeah, no, it's different.
Okay, I'll have to look into it then because I apparently don't know what it is.
I'm totally gonna play that because I realize
Yeah.
now this is exactly what I want, isn't it?
Probably.
Maybe.
And I can get it for free.
Okay.
Anyways, you're gonna say something about E3?
Yeah,
no,
Watch Dogs Legion.
Watch Dogs Legion. But I was gonna go back to like State of Decay because like the first one, honestly, I don't know how they managed to transition to State of Decay 2 because I'm pretty sure State of Decay 1 it was like you just like find people and you help people in the area, and then it ends with you like escaping with the military.
See,
So,
there
like,
is, because like I'm afraid to search things because I went into this game completely blind and I was figuring it out just from experience. So there is a little side story on like walkie-talkies. Everybody's connected by the network, and one of them is Red Talon, a military organization and like it's just time based, I think. And every now and then their story progresses. So like they were building a big wall, and it's your last chance to get by it. And then the wall collapses, and they get buried. And then a guy's gonna go find them, and then they get found. And it's like I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Maybe they'll be the story.
Okay.
Maybe. I downloaded Project M recently, as in yesterday, because I've been in the mood to play like Smash, and I was like, oh, this is the easiest way to do it. Honestly, like the controls are just so shit. Like the controls for like Smash Ultimate are already sort of like wonky and awkward enough.
What controller are you using?
Xbox.
It's you'll want to go into your controller settings and set dead zone on your controller, because if not, you're constantly moving, so you can't do smashes. Right.
I could do smashes. Like my controls
consistently
work.
or
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like my controls like work fine. It's just like they just feel super awkward. And I feel even with a GameCube controller, they still feel awkward.
I found like setting a dead zone helped, because then you could actually.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Like it's just weird trying to play characters that like they've changed the abilities of slightly.
Yeah.
Like with Diddy Kong, he still has like the jump kick thing, but when he kicks them, he just keeps going through them. Like he doesn't grab onto them. And with Sonic, like all of his abilities just activate like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't want to play Project M, because the only reason I'd play it is not for fun. I'd play it to get good, and it would screw me up because I'd learn things that don't exist in the game. So it's like, I won't bother.
I think it's like some practice is better than no practice. I guess I don't know.
Just get your reaction speeds, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. I feel like I already have good reaction speeds.
Also at E3, I forget the real name of it. Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
That's
That's my chosen name for it. There was a trailer for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like that.
That was a little bit before you.
Yeah, that was before E3.
Yeah, they struck out on their own.
They
Yeah, because
didn't do
Sony didn't do anything.
Yeah, fuck Sony, dude.
I mean, what would they have shown?
I don't know.
They have Death Stranding coming out, and that's about it.
I don't know. Like Just Dance or something.
I'm a little disappointed with Death Stranding because it's like prophesized to be the greatest game ever, Hideo Kojima and all that, but it looks like it's one thing is animation, so just kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that like scene of combat too, where he's just kind of running from the people, and the people at the poles are just like
They're just like standing.
yeah, they're
there.
just like and
Yeah.
then I don't know, they stab at him even though like there's no way that they would ever hit him.
Like they have the worst player possible, and he manages to beat all of them. So
Yeah.
like I'd expect from this guy who's such a legend and allegedly such a perfectionist and such unique vision that he'd be more of a perfectionist.
Mhm.
And,
Well, I feel like he's a legend as in like storytelling.
Yeah.
rather than-
yeah, he makes weird like story kind of movie
Weird
kind of
shit.
games. Yeah.
Well, because like, did you guys play Metal Gear 5?
Yeah, I don't know. I played like 5 hours or something.
So you got to see the floating child and Fireboy.
Yeah, I saw so much
Like the
happens.
first 20 minutes.
Like, do they connect anything? It's like it starts with the flaming dude, then all of a sudden you're just like infiltrating a normal base of Frisco guy, and then all of a sudden zombies are fucking chasing after you.
Zombies.
There's a bunch of like black
Oh,
shadow
the
things.
skulls.
Oh.
Like, do they explain anything?
They do
yeah.
sort of.
Okay, at least the Fire Guy is the only one I remember. You need to know about the past games.
Yeah,
So-
it's you have to know like everything from the past
Yeah.
games,
Mm.
because even your character is not the character that you say you are. You're faking to be him,
Wait, that's not
but you
Snake.
don't know that. It's not the same one.
When do they reveal that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I was reading the wiki, and the person that's in the hospital bed who's in the coma, I think is not like that. You are is not you. The person who comes in at the beginning and saves you, sorta. That's actually you. Like that's actually who you're supposed to be.
What?
And like you're pretending to be the. I don't know. It made no sense when I read it. It's like, and then I like kept reading the wiki, and it just got more confusing because there's like 20 snakes. Like they're all clones. And there's like Venom Snake
So
and
that's why
Naked
he's
Snake
called
and
Solid
Solid
Snake.
Snake and Big Boss might be a woman, but then there's just Boss, who's a different person. It's like, they need to get actual names.
Yeah, but I don't think the other Metal Gears were that weird, right? Because
pretty sure
Yeah,
they
they
were.
are.
were they?
Yeah,
Because I remember I always wanted to play Metal Gear Solid. I think it was 3 Snake Eater.
maybe.
Because that was the one where you like start the game and you're like it's all like a survival game, like you're like in
Oh.
fucking jungle and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I tried playing it on an emulator, and it was like you know the Resident Evil style gameplay where it's like you're watching from a camera.
Yeah.
And every time you walk into a room, it's like a new angle.
Mhm.
I just couldn't like deal with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But like it didn't seem like it was going anywhere crazy.
Yeah.
They're weird because there's large portions of a story where it just feels like some kind of tactical military story, and it's like got the cool angles and everybody with their guns and like
Mhm.
everything's simple and easy to understand.
Yeah.
And then magic flying fire guy shows up. And
Yeah, I know. There's that
and-
one mission where it's like, I don't know, you're getting uranium or something, you're getting yellow cake, or you're trying to like...
Yellow cake.
Yeah, it's uranium.
Okay.
Whatever. And then I think it's just like a normal mission, then all of a sudden, I think the floaty child shows up and just ruins everything. It's
Yeah.
like,
You never
where did
know-
that come from?
You never know when the supernatural
Yeah.
force will just pop
I
in
don't know.
and say hi.
I'll have to start playing it again.
Yeah.
I don't know why I stopped playing. I think I just got bored.
Yeah, but I think they have been kind of a thing throughout like all the games. Like I know in one of them, there's a character called Psycho Mantis.
That's
Yeah,
all I know.
that's what's
is Psycho
legendary.
Mantis.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that isn't that the same floating kid. Floating kid becomes Psycho Mantis.
Did we play a prequel?
Yeah.
Dude, everything is just like it's like coming together in puzzle pieces, but like the picture on the puzzle doesn't
Just
make any
doesn't make any
sense.
sense. Yeah.
like
God, and then there's Quiet, the sniper lady. It's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely absurd.
the one with like the bra.
Their,
that, like,
their excuse for her for being basically naked all the time is that she's like an experiment gone wrong. She can only breathe through her skin, so she
Yeah.
can't wear clothes.
They bred her with a plant, and she has to breathe through her skin, and I think she does photosynthesis. It's like okay.
And then there's an outfit that you can unlock for her to make her look less ridiculous. It's like a full military uniform. It's like made out of cutting edge technology that she can breathe through.
we put holes in it.
Yeah, it's breathable fabric. Whoa.
I find Metal Gear 5 and The Witcher, I want to play them, but the controls just seem janky to me.
Really?
I don't know why.
I think Metal Gear.
I can't get into them.
I think Metal Gear's controls are like completely fine. I don't remember any problems with that.
I had a weird problem where I would switch between controller and keyboard just because what I felt like, or like what I was playing before, and I just wouldn't switch. And every time I could never figure out what the controls were again. Just because, like, it tells you what the prompt is, like, once, and then you
Yeah.
just never figure it out again.
Well, I just started with one controlling device.
That's
at
smart.
Least, at least in terms of movement and like combat and stuff, it's solid. It's not
find I just can't
weird and
aim
spinny because like
or
The
something,
Witcher
like, I
is The Witcher's fucked in its movement. It's terrible.
Yeah, but I think Witcher. Like, did you play The Witcher with controller?
No.
Okay, because I played The Witcher completely on keyboard, and then I'm trying to think. I think Metal Gear I played on controller, but I'm probably gonna go to keyboard.
Yeah.
Just because it's too much of a hassle for me to, pull out my controller that's right in front of me. I don't know why. I don't like playing with controllers because I'm incredibly lazy.
I just like mouse and keyboard more. I stick to
Yeah.
it unless I'm playing something that's really made for controller, like
Yeah.
For Honor.
Yeah, I'll use controller for anything that's
Like platform.
third person and not a shooter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Third person shooters I'll use mouse keyboard, but like something like Dark Souls or For Honor I'll use.
Yeah, like controllers are good for like racing, platformers. I feel like it's the third one that I'm not thinking of.
Fighting games?
Yeah, fighting games
Fighting
as
games,
well.
for sure. If you could do The Witcher Dark Souls combat,
Ugh.
I'd get into that.
don't
I
like
would
Dark
play
Souls
that. I would
combat.
play that.
yeah.
I can't. Every time I touch it, like it feels so sluggish. I don't like
Dark Souls?
it. Yeah,
Which one did you play?
the drunk souls.
One. Yeah, okay.
The
One
drunk
one is
souls.
kind of slow.
Did they change it?
Yeah, 3 is
Okay.
like really fast.
I think I own 3.
Yeah.
I think I own like Dark Souls 3. Something like there's like a name at the end of it.
Dark Souls 2 is Scholar of the First
That's
Sin.
okay. I have Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2. Dark
Is that-
Souls 2 is slow as well.
Is Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the Law? Is that DLC thing?
Scholar of the First Sin is like the Game of the Year edition. It comes with all the DLC,
Oh, okay, so
and
it's an
like
expensive.
certain things are balanced different.
Okay.
That's such a cool name for a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I had like a version that was like I just had like how there's like Far Cry 3 like Blood Dragon
Yeah.
or whatever where it's separate. I wasn't sure if I had.
No, yeah, it's
something.
just it's the better version of the game.
Okay, I'll have to try that out.
Yeah.
Can you play that game with a keyboard and mouse?
I wouldn't, but
Okay.
you could. you could.
There's
I
some
mean, people
things.
play with, like, drums.
Yeah. But like that, they have basic movement. Like there's some things that
And that's also the
I'm not sure
only
you
game they
can
play.
do. Some things I'm not sure you can do with mouse and keyboard. At least in my
You
experience.
can, but the buttons are weird. Like I think lock on is C, and roll might be F. which is just
I
really awkward if you're trying to
what
roll
really
to
got
the
me
right.
was jumping, because it was at the beginning. There's an area you're supposed to jump into a rock and grab some loot, and like on keyboard it just like what the fuck.
Oh, I don't know what the jump button would be on keyboard.
No, because it was a combo of things.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, because on controller it's you hold sprint
Yeah,
and then you
and
click
then
in the
just-
stick. So I don't know what that would be on.
Which is stupid, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's better than it was in Dark Souls 1.
What
Which
was
is
Dark
that?
you
Souls 1,
hold
you
sprint,
press it.
you let go of sprint, and then you press sprint
I
again
liked
and you
that
jump.
jump.
That's so annoying.
It was. I don't know. It wasn't too bad.
But honestly, with Witcher, the controls aren't bad. I think like I can't even think of anything that's with the like keyboard and mouse. Like left click is hit, right click is like block, space is roll or jump. That's pretty much all you need.
I should try with mouse
Like-
and keyboard. I've only done controller.
Oh,
So,
in
okay.
Witcher
I played it
yes.
on mouse and keyboard the whole time, and I've
Yeah.
played like 140 hours of that game.
Yeah, like it really
I'll
you
try
don't
that.
need many buttons. Like,
Yeah, the controls, the buttons are fine. It's just the movement and the combat is.
Yeah, because sometimes you sort of just like, especially when you're in tight spaces trying to like maneuver stuff, like you just like walk off areas so easily.
It's bad.
But, like the open world's good. That's why it's good. That's why I bought it because I was like I need a game I can just walk around in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just bought Witcher 3 and
That's what I want
Yeah, you can definitely
Cyberpunk
do that.
for. Just because it looks like it's going to be the best open world we've
For
ever
what?
seen for Cyberpunk.
oh yeah.
Just a big fleshed out city.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be verticality. Like, I don't know if you can just go into buildings.
I'd imagine there's a bunch of them you could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was the thing, like when GTA 5 was coming out, everyone was like, "Oh, you can go into any building," and like it comes out and you can go into like maybe like one out of like 20 buildings.
Yeah.
Less. Yeah. Okay, GTA 5 is impressive, man. Even
Yeah.
today,
The graphics
looks
were
good.
so fucking good when it came out.
it still is though.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe how the fuck did they do that? What can they do now? Like what's a GTA 6 gonna look like?
Red Dead Redemption 2. It looks
True,
It looks
it's
really
extremely
good. Yeah.
I just don't know how they do that. Like they have some technical magic.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I played Red Dead Redemption 2 on the original Xbox One, and it still looks good on that.
Oh,
Like
I didn't know you played it.
yeah, my dad got it for Christmas, so I played it.
I don't
Like last week.
I don't know why they haven't put it out on PC yet. Because like GTA 5, it kind of made sense for money reasons because if you had it on console, you then wanted it on PC for online. But like no one plays the online on Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
No, I
like,
don't
I've
think
heard
so,
it's
yeah.
pretty bad. So once you beat it on console, you don't need to play it again on PC.
Yeah,
Like I feel like they're just wasting everyone's time.
yeah. Unless they're not done on PC, or if they're just not actually gonna bring it to PC, which
Yeah.
would be the biggest draw.
God. Cause I'm just waiting. Like I'm not gonna get it on console. I refuse. It looks like a good game.
Yeah.
And then Death Stranding is a PS4 exclusive apparently,
Yep.
which is disappointing.
On the bright side, we're getting Xbox exclusives now.
Yeah,
So, like,
Yeah.
There are no Xbox exclusives.
Now we
they're
just need
Microsoft.
Sony to stop being a bitch, the crossplay issues, and not going to E3 and all that.
Yeah. Another game that I thought looked pretty good from E3 was The Outer Worlds. Did you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that because it looks interesting and fun, but it like
That's the Obsidian.
yeah, it's
RPG,
Obsidian. Yeah, but it also just looks kind of like Fallout to me.
Yeah,
just in space.
Yeah, it literally it looks like Fallout New Vegas, but it's sort of like
Yeah.
improved.
I didn't really like New
It
Vegas
didn't
though.
intrigue me.
I hate New Vegas. It's one of my least favorite games, but it looks like a good game.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
what
my
about
thing.
it, but like
because it looks
pretty
good, but the other Obsidian shooter that I played, I didn't like.
Yeah, I just didn't like it because of how much it relied on like leveling up. Like I had so many quests I couldn't do just because it was like, oh, you need to be like a medic or you have to be science or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just like I reached a point where I literally couldn't progress the game any further because like every quest required something that I like one of those things. And I was like, it's not worth my time to go out and find 50 quests so I can level up.
Yeah, I just didn't really like Fallout.
I
At
think
all?
I
I don't
modded
know.
it a bunch. Like in the end, I just gave up.
You have
I
to
just
play it
don't
like an
like
RPG, not a shooter. It's like Fallout 3. I tried it as a shooter. It sucks, but you just have to do VATS for everything. Like you play it like an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that Outer Worlds just looks so normal, so underwhelming. Like they haven't done anything special. It's just another RPG.
Yeah, it does kind of look that way.
And it doesn't look like the storytelling is that great. It doesn't look like the voice acting is good. The animation is the usual shit. I'm just not intrigued. I was at first. because I was like, yeah, fuck Bethesda, I was on that train, but
Well, I guess the thing that hooked me in was that they're like, oh, you can be anyone. You can be a hero, a nobody, a like villain or whatever. But looking back, you can do the exact same thing in Fallout.
Oh yeah, you can just.
I think in Fallout, I was becoming the villain because I was going around just executing everyone. Like
In Fallout, it might have been New Vegas. You can get slaves. You can take people, and if you knock them out, you can put slaves collar on them and then sell them to people.
what the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
Well, it's like one specific guy. You
I
can
never
sell
got
them
there. I got to the
Valid.
point where you like quote the guy that like killed you or like sort of killed you at the start of the game, and they're like, "What do you want to do with him?" And I just like cut his head off and put it on a stick or whatever that choice was, and then apparently that was like a bad choice, and everyone was like super pissed off with me. I became like,
He shot you in the head.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was valid.
I was stupid because I was trying to be as like good a person as possible in that playthrough, and he tried to bargain with me. He's like, "All right," and he had to. I think I was really stupid. He wanted to show me something or something. I was like, "All right, fine, I won't shoot you. What you gotta show me?" And he opens the door, and all his guards rush him. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Then I got killed. Should have put his head on a stake.
Wait, so what happens from there? Like, you just respawn and try again?
Oh no, like it's combat. You can win. I didn't. I got overwhelmed.
But I'm just confused, like,
Then you
because
just
it's got to.
you had to
reload
reload
the
save.
save.
Okay, yeah.
That's not story. That's you fucked up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it's like in the beginning of the game, you get shot in the head and wake up and start a new story.
I think it was at E3, but it's a VR game, but the whole game is spent in a kayak, and it's a stealth shooter.
Stealth
So
shooter in a
yeah, so
kayak.
you're going through these like bases and you're kayaking through them, and you sneak up, and then you can shoot people, and then you kayak
I'd
again.
have to
Do you
look
ever-
into that.
Yeah.
Do you ever get
sounds
out of the kayak?
No, you're
ridiculous.
always in the kayak, and you complete objectives. Like you blow up this thing, or you're like,
Do you have like a silenced gun or something?
yeah, I think so. And you got like grenades and stuff, but the whole game's in a kayak.
What the fuck?
But it's a good idea because movement wise.
Can you stealth? Can you flip it and just like cruise through and hold your breath?
Maybe.
You have to be able to flip it. It's a kayak.
The whole point of kayak.
Yeah. Otherwise, just use a canoe.
Another thing from E3 that I thought, like, I don't think I'm going to get it, but it definitely impressed me much more than I expected it to, was the Marvel Avengers game.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
People
like,
don't like it, but I
people,
got it.
okay, people's
Yeah, I've heard
reason
it's
is
not
so
good.
fucking stupid. They're like, oh, it doesn't look like the fucking, like,
Doesn't look like
the
movies.
cinematic universe actors. Because, like, but even if they did, they'd have to get them for, like, voice acting. Or they'd be like, why does it look like them, but it sounds nothing like them? Like,
Yeah.
it's stupid. Like, it's fair to say they look like shit, but not to say that they, like, don't look like the actors.
Well,
Yeah.
a valid argument I saw there when I was trying to decide my side. They were saying that they went for the armor, the hairstyle, the hair color, the height, the build, everything, and then changed their face and their
I
voice.
guess,
They
yeah.
couldn't strike out on their own. They had
Yeah.
to just make a different actor in the same costume. And
Yeah.
it was a little weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's a little off-putting.
Yeah, the criticism I saw was like, basically, they've been inspired by the movies to the point where they look almost identical in a lot of ways, but then they can't be the movies, so they just had to like do whatever
Yeah.
to like make it just enough different.
They also look kind of like weird and fat and like sluggish. Like it's that style of animation that I've seen before. I don't know what it is about it, but it just looks wrong.
Yeah.
Like what's that? The Jason game where Jason's hunting you down. It's multiplayer.
Oh,
Dead by Daylight?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of the way people in that game are animated. I don't know if you've even seen much
I've
of
seen
it.
I've
that.
seen a little bit.
It
yeah.
that game looks interesting, but it's too much. Like, it's
Too much.
too much money.
Oh, okay.
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 It's too much spook.
It's too much.
I think that would be
Rips up
so
their
much
hearts.
fun with a bunch of
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
but it is. It
Same
costs
with,
a
like,
lot.
Dead by Daylight. That looks like it would be fun, but it's just, like... I've always wanted everyone to get Damned. Because
Damned?
that's... I've talked about this so many times, because it always goes on sale for, like, $3, and everyone's like, no, I want to get it. But it's a game... It looks very similar in, like, movement style and gameplay style to, like, Amnesia. But one person plays as the monster, and everyone else, their goal is to, like, escape. And there's, like, a bunch of different monsters the person
I
plays
haven't
that.
played Amnesia. How does that work?
It's just like a basically you have no way to fight back sort of style, and
Oh.
like the movement and the way you open doors and stuff. Like, it's kind of hard to explain.
Like interact, you have to spin something. Or...
Well, it's like you click and then you have to like physically fucking jerk your head to like open doors and stuff.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, we played that.
At my place.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't know that was what it was called. I just knew we played a horror game.
I
I
try.
remember now. Yeah.
Like every time I try to play it, I'm either between like spooked or like confused because they throw in puzzles and stuff.
We didn't
And-
even see any monsters or anything.
Yeah, it shows up
They
for
were
like
just spooky.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's such a good horror game in that like it's so fucking scary without showing like anything. Like
Yeah.
a lot of it is just like
really tense.
yeah, and it's all about your like mental like stability and all that. But yeah, back to the Marvel Avengers game. Like for a movie that's like so fucking massive, it's like crazy that it's taken them so long to build
True.
to make a game because Batman and like Spider-Man both have super good games. I don't know why they couldn't apply like a Spider-Man style to the Avengers. And like finally they've gotten Square Enix like an actual like legit company, and they're having them make it.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty fun. It looks pretty much like similar to the Spider-Man style, like combat
Yeah.
and movement and all that.
From what I've heard, each character has like their own sort of style.
Yeah.
And, like Captain America and Thor kind of play like Batman, Arkham.
It's like Captain
Series.
America just dies in the beginning.
Yeah, but then
But he has to come back somehow.
yeah, he's
He's one of the like 4 characters you can play as
Yeah.
when the game
and
launches.
they didn't put in Hawkeye, which is weird.
Oh yeah.
Because they put in everyone but
loves
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I love Hawkeye, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks pretty fun. Also, it's like co-op, but only some levels are co-op.
Yeah, and you don't have to play it co-op either.
Yeah,
I'm
you can play
I'm
solo.
confused by what it is. Is it like a Tomb Raider cinematic game?
I'm thinking
Is it
that
like a
that's what
looter
it is.
shooter? I don't
No,
know.
it's
How
Oh
like-
it
wait,
is.
no, you're right, because they said there's no loot boxes. You won't have to buy them. So there is loot.
Yeah,
No, have you seen? Have you ever played the Spider-Man games?
I've seen gameplay.
I assume it's going to be very much like that. I don't think there's open world though, which kind of sucks.
I
be
thought
okay
it was
with that.
kind of like almost a beat 'em up. I didn't see any gameplay, but
They didn't show any gameplay.
no.
No, I watched leak gameplay. It looks
Yeah.
pretty.
Wait, what?
Well, someone snuck out gameplay.
Whoa.
They're like fucking filming with their
I
phone
gotta
and
see
shit.
that. And what is it?
It's like super. It's like behind someone's shoulder at like a low angle
Oh.
and super like low quality, but like you can basically see the style of it, and it just seems gameplay similar to the Spider-Man games where it's like
Okay.
you're fighting a bunch of guys at once and fucking just spamming X and like moving around a bunch.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, that
I thought
works.
it was more like Batman.
I was
Yeah.
worried it was gonna
What I
be
had
like
was described.
Anthem, Destiny stuff. I don't because some of the words they used. Made me
Yeah,
believe that.
if
I don't
it
know
is
why.
Anthem Destiny stuff, because there was a leak that it would be.
Yeah, I guess that's why.
And-
I thought.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah,
How do you play?
you just constantly beat up fucking like Loki a bunch, and he keeps just dropping loot every
Yeah.
time. Like,
But like, what kind of loot do you get? Like just different costumes?
yeah, I think just cosmetics and shit.
Because you can't get like different.
Actually,
guns.
I think
Captain America gets a
I
different
think,
shield.
I think they talked about how you get like different like play styles or whatever, or like different weapons or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off.
Yeah, like Thor, I guess, has Mjolnir, and then if they're sort of following movie continuity, he gets Stormbreaker eventually.
Yeah.
That's what he
You
used.
could give Captain America his broken shield.
For the Mjolnir.
Yeah, or Mjolnir.
I think like gameplay wise too, like you'll have flying levels as Iron Man,
Yeah.
and then you'll have like ground
That's what I'm hyped
stuff.
about. I hope they really flesh out
Yeah.
Iron Man. I've wanted an Iron Man game with like.
Well,
a
there's the
Spider-Man
VR
budget.
Iron Man game.
Is it?
Fly around and shit.
Doesn't count.
Wait, is that an actual like?
Yeah.
Oh, like is it any good or it's shit?
I don't know.
I think it's been okay.
Is he? Oh,
I don't think so.
I thought, okay.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard about that.
I just whenever I see a VR game announced by like a big studio, like Bethesda announced the Wolfenstein VR game,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Bethesda
little-
Dude,
a little-
Bethesda's conference was so bad.
I didn't like it.
Terrible.
It was a waste of time. But I feel like it's just a big company doing a tiny little dump of money into a new industry just to keep one foot in.
Yeah.
But they're never like cool, exciting games.
They need to make fresh games. Like the thing, like Bethesda needs to stop with VR games. They're shit. Like Fallout 4 came with my Vive. It's like probably the worst VR game I've played, just because it feels so tacked on. Like they don't use any of the VR elements, and it's just like there's a part where when you're in the power suit, I can like look through the suit, and it's so just like clunky, and I can like gets my vision and everything. Like it just feels like they took the game and just ported it like directly to VR.
Mm.
I heard everyone was complaining about the lighting in VR for Fallout. It was like it would completely rip you out because of all the graphical glitches.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
You
at
have
all,
like
and it's,
walls flickering.
And it's stupid because I'll just be walking and I'll try to like press a button to open a door, and all of a sudden fucking dog meat is like I'm interacting with him suddenly. Like all the controls just get in the way
It's so weird.
and everything. Yeah, it's and then I think Skyrim they didn't do as bad, but it just seemed like the same style. They just tacked it on. And fine as well. You just hold your sword out and just like jerk them off and kill
Yeah,
them.
I've seen weird clips of Skyrim VR. I think you can use like anything you hold as a weapon. I've seen people beat up
with the
just
loots.
I've seen
buckets
people with like, I think the bow must be blatantly overpowered because they fire like a machine gun. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the shit, they just keep firing.
Like,
It's like this. It's like
It's like, how are you supposed to balance a VR game? Like,
you don't. I don't know.
Well, because then you gotta account for like velocity and shit. So you gotta swing hard and long. Oh dear, to do a lot of damage with the sword, and you have to hold it back for a bit to get the damage charge.
yes. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for Valve to make their games because apparently they're making like 3 VR games right now, and if anyone's gonna do it really well, it's gonna be Valve because like they have their own VR headset. They're like they're pushing the Vive and everything.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna half-ass it.
Well, there's the Oculus Quest, right? The new one.
Yeah.
That I think that's kind of the future of it. Is like the inside-out tracking, so you don't need these towers set up, and it's kind of just.
What's up with the Oculus Quest? I don't know
So it's
what
like just a $400 thing. It's a headset with hand things. It's all self-contained, and it's a VR thing. You don't need a beefy PC or anything. You just buy it.
That's $400.
Yeah.
Is that for for
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Are you sure? That
Yeah.
sounds too good to be true.
No,
I know
it's-
they've tried doing like no light station, but the thing is, it usually sort of the tracking's not crazy.
Yeah, I'll try to find like a product
I don't
description.
know. I still fucking hate Oculus because of fucking what Facebook did to them and the CEO, like trying to force exclusives. Like the other thing, like Epic's doing right now, where they're turning everything into an exclusive. Like that was what Oculus is doing. Like they have so many exclusives because like it's a new industry, and they're like, how much money can we make off
Thing
of
is,
this?
I don't have a problem with Epic because at least you can download a free launcher and play it. Big deal.
Yeah.
But for that stuff, you have to buy multiple VR headsets for the exact same thing for different games. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So it's basically just a headset. Like all you get is a headset, the controllers,
For how much?
$550 Canadian.
What the fuck? That's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like,
And you don't need like it tracks the floor, so you don't need towers.
huh. I'll have to look into reviews. It sounds like
I'm sure
Yeah, it
it's-
sounds too good to be true,
Yeah.
but I've heard it holds up. Like
I'm
it's
sure
shot.
it's sacrificed.
I guess it'd be
like, graphics
wireless
or
too
something.
then.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's all wireless.
really what the
It's wireless,
There's no
Yeah.
way.
dude.
What the fuck?
Oh god.
Their motto is no PC, no wires, no limits.
Go on.
Wait, no
no
PC?
PC.
No PC. It's just the headset.
How?
I don't understand how.
And they have like
Is it like a
super
graphics
hot-
card strapped to your face? Like,
Can it play everything? Surely there's like
It's
exclusives
got
for it,
super
right?
hot. It's got a Beat Saber.
But like, could I go on Steam on this thing and buy a VR game?
I don't
Doubt
think
it.
so. Not
yeah,
yet.
it's probably got its own.
So this is
But
kind of
I
sounding
think
like
you can kind of.
it's kind of sounded like a Windows AR type thing. Like it's kind of striking out its own, just giving you a taste.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard though it keeps up. Like
Damn, dude.
yeah.
No PC. What the fuck? And it's wireless. That is so weird.
I feel like that's gotta be bullshit.
No, it's not.
Read reviews.
it
fuck
feels
reviews.
it
Okay.
feels like bullshit, but go for it.
and it's not. Is this out right now?
Yeah.
Because Valve just released, or I don't think they've released it yet, but they've announced it, and like it's pre-orders for their new VR headset,
Yeah.
and that's like $1,000.
They've got this awesome controllers though, right?
Yeah,
Like
like it's
single
like
string.
knuckle
I can
grips,
buy
yeah.
them and like use them with my like headset, but they're like $250. So like, and they're not like widely supported yet, so there's no point.
Yeah.
But I've seen gameplay with those controllers for one game. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's supposed to be like it's really revolutionary. It's really cool what they're doing. It's super. Everything's physical, so like you can grab a crowbar and pry open a door. Or, I don't know. It's.
I think I know what you're talking about,
Boneworks.
yeah, that's the one. It's called
Oh,
Boneworks.
Oh,
works.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that uses the VR. I mean the Steam handles
Yeah.
controllers, and it's really cool. Like you can slide your hands down a crowbar and stuff, and grab things realistic.
It's done by, do you know like Corridor Digital?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done by them, I think. Looks good.
Okay, so it's 9.5 stars from IGN, 7.5 from The Verge, 4.5 out of 5 by Tech Radar. So
What the fuck?
The Verge review has. Where's your pros and cons?
Just read me the
Pros.
cons, I don't need the pros.
New inside-out tracking works well. Convenient tetherless design. Supports some of the best VR games. Doesn't require additional hardware. The bad. Less powerful than wired headsets, sometimes uncomfortable, screen is still grainy, more expensive than non-VR consoles.
Well, no shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got
Wait,
Beat Saber, it's got
those
Super
aren't
Hot.
bad cons.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
terrible.
it's limited in games. Like you can't just get whatever.
So I think it's from an Oculus store,
Oh,
It's like-
that's still a shit ton of stuff.
but it's still
It's like
yeah,
getting
like
a Soldier Boy
it
console.
has it has like real like Super Hot things like that. Like it's not just
I'm sad that Ouya died. That was
Why are you sad that Ouya died? The Ouya deserved to die.
Yeah, I know, but it was so like cool.
No.
Have you seen? There were like people are trying to like buy out all the Ouya games because they want to like preserve them.
Oh.
Because they're like fucking starting to like disappear.
well, there's the Playdate or whatever, the one with the crank.
The what?
It's by shit. What else do they make? But it's kind of like a Game Boy. It has a black and white HD screen. It's got like just the simple buttons, but it has a crank on the
Oh,
side.
Yeah.
And so it's like $150, but it comes with, I think, a game a week for 3 months from like high-end developers. Like
It's bizarre.
Is
what
the
they're
crank
doing.
like for power?
no.
Wait,
What's
what?
the crank for?
is
It's for
game
gameplay.
play. So one is like time travel.
I was
so you
thinking-
crank-
I was thinking like the flashlights.
Yeah,
that you
yeah, like-
crank up.
I was thinking like
No,
when the
you
fucking
don't.
You want to
apocalypse
play
comes.
you play your game, you just sit there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if the apocalypse comes, some kids with the fucking crank boy is gonna be like, you bet you wish you got one of these, didn't you?
Yeah, Playdate.
Wait, how's the crank for gameplay?
What kind of
They're
gameplay is
just
that?
trying to give it an identity, I guess. That's what's special about it.
So it
I don't like
it
it.
looks just
Two
like
buttons.
it looks like a one-sided DS with the crank.
Yeah.
What is it? The cranks for like movement or
The crank's for gameplay things. It doesn't charge it. It's for gameplay.
why would
What kind of a game uses that? Like,
Like one that uses it for time travel or things like that.
Because like the
It's
games
so
made for this
stupid.
are made
That's-
exclusively for it, right?
That's so gimmicky.
Yeah, that's
let's
super
see who-
gimmicky.
It could have been cool if it was like it powered it. Because then like in loading screens you're like charging your fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's just weird. I feel like there's no demand for that. Like what?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so gimmicky.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's released by the same people as Firewatch. Yeah.
Did you play Firewatch?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I thought it was good, but it was really predictable.
Was it like super short as well?
Yeah, it was super short.
What was?
I
Can
beat
you,
it
can
in a
you spoil it for me? Like what happened? Because like the whole thing was like, does anything crazy happen or it's just like a fire happened?
Well, the fire isn't really a big deal. Basically, you go to this Firewatch station and you sit in there for like a few days and you see a creepy dude, and then there's teenage girls in the area who disappear, and you find out that your walkie-talkies are being listened in on by someone. You find out that that someone is the person who you saw earlier in the game, and throughout this experience you get to listen to this backstory about this other guy who used to work in your tower, and he had a kid with him, and then the kid went missing, and then the dude went missing, and no one knows where they are. Turns out the dude is the dude who's listening in on you. His kid died, and he just wants to be alone. And that's the
Wait, he
story.
just wants to be alone?
He wants to be alone.
Why is he listening in on
He's trying to scare you off, basically.
Oh, like he wants to be in the tower?
No, he doesn't. Maybe, yeah.
What
I don't know.
what about so the teen girls that go missing? That has nothing to do with.
They just. Well, because, like, he scared them off, too. And he did that by, like.
Killing them.
No, he, like, ruined their campsite or something, and I guess they just ran off and got. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Because they turn up, like, found later in the game.
Dead.
No, they're just found.
So,
And
like,
like
nothing?
nothing happens about that.
The game. It sounds bad.
It was really weird because I was expecting something like really interesting.
Because
Yeah,
everyone
It's
was like, "Oh, this is gonna be deep and like cool."
Yeah.
It sounds like it has such a harmless plot.
Mhm,
It's just
yeah.
kind of chill. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, that's
things,
nice.
It's like just like things kind of just happen. It's like it sounds really sinister, and like you go to like this listening outpost, and there's like 3 beds, and there's like documents about like a good subject, and it's like all these notes about you, and it'd be like this would be a good test subject. It's just the dude who's faking
trying
all
to
this
scare
stuff
you.
to try and scare you off.
Mm.
That's the whole point.
That reminds me of Gone Home, which was like
Oh, I never played that.
it was like played out to be this like sort of horror style game where you just walk around your house and look for clues. And I think I got it with the Humble Bundle, but like the whole thing is like you get back to your house and like you get like a voicemail like your family's gone and you get a voicemail from your sister like screaming and crying and stuff, and then like you're like looking around your house for clues, and there's like obituaries from some guy, and then there's like Ouija boards, and it's like getting all like spooky, and then the whole twist is it turns out your sister's disappeared because she's a lesbian and she ran away to live with her girlfriend. And that's like the twist, and that's how
That's
it
the
ends.
twist?
And it's like, oh, that's where she was. She just ran away to live with her girlfriend, and that's like the entire thing. Like
That's
there are
like-
no ghosts.
These games are too afraid of shock value.
Oh, yeah.
They won't do anything
There was this
big.
weird. There's a really weird part in Firewatch where, because the only person you ever actually talk to is like on a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
There's one part where she forgets to like put down yours, and she's talking to someone else, and she's like, "Oh, he has no idea." Like, "Oh, I'm sure he has no idea. There's no way he knows what we're doing," or something like that. They never touch on that again. It's like that's just
Like,
that's
what you'd
the
have to
part
do
that
is-
happens.
Is just make it just confusing and convoluted. And you
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
basically what they did.
You're wandering around this forest alone,
And then
Like,
you
can
leave
make
it-
that spooky.
And then you leave little clues, and you just leave it up to fans to like
Yeah, and then you
go
just-
off on wikis and
Yeah.
theories
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, how do they manage to make so many theories and shit
Yeah.
I know.
out of that game?
Yeah, Firewatch would have been so much better if they did that. But at the end, you literally find a cassette tape from the guy who's like creeping on you, and he explains literally everything. He monologues for like 5 or 6 minutes about everything that he's done.
So he just decides to be honest. He's like, well, if all that shit didn't work, I just don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
It's
it's
stupid. Like, why couldn't he just say like, please, like, leave?
yeah. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Stupid. Can't believe that game was like so big. That was also one of those games where it's like, you didn't need to play it. You just need to watch someone play it.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know how those games ever do that well.
I don't know. Yeah, like I watched my brother play the first half of it, which was like maybe an hour, and then I went to go finish it, and I had to play to the beginning again, and I was so bored.
But that game was also like teased for years. Or, well,
Was
like,
it?
not for years, but like, I'm pretty sure it was like showing up at like E3 and stuff, and they were talking about it for like
I remember it at E3
a while.
couple
Like, it was a
times, yeah.
massive thing, and it was like, it was going on for a while. Like,
Yeah.
how long could it have taken to make
Don't
that
know.
game?
Well,
Don't know.
there was a trailer for another one, right? Where you're in a temple or something. You're an explorer in Egypt.
Why are you so bad at explaining games?
You always describe it, and it makes no
it's
sense.
like Firewatch, but it's set in Egypt, and you're in a temple or like in a ruin.
Well,
Is
they
it by
revealed
the
it like
same
last
people?
year,
I'm
E3
not.
or
Yes,
something.
I think so.
I remember that. I
I'm
don't know
not
what it's
shit at explaining games. I'm shit at remembering their names. Here, Firewatch, Egypt.
I like the Firewatch aesthetic though.
Oh, it
I've got
looks-
like,
it looks
I've got it
really
as like
good.
all my backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like my computer background and my phone background.
Yeah.
I've got with Firewatch.
Here, in the Valley of Gods.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
No, I don't remember the name at all.
You're a
but, like,
filmmaker who heads to an ancient Egyptian valley with their partner in search of fame and fortune during the 1920s. Traumas coincide with the discovery of King Tut's tomb and the widespread fascination with Egyptian culture that followed.
Did that come out?
I don't think so.
'Cause I think it
Oh,
was-
it launches in 2019.
It's
Because it
supposed to be
went really
spooky or like interesting, because that
It-
just sounds.
It
I don't
looked
know.
like
Sorta.
interesting in the trailer, like
Yeah.
fun and cool and good looking.
Wait, so in
Shit.
Firewatch, do you ever actually like meet up with the guy, or you just see him in the distance?
You see him in the like the closest you get is you're walking up a path, and then he shines a flashlight on you, and then he runs off,
He just books
and
it.
you call it in, and you're like, some dude's like creeping on me, and she's just like, you're in a hiking area. It's probably just a hiker, and that's the closest thing that happens.
Ugh.
It's like, it's really weird.
So you don't see him. You just
I
see
mean,
a
like,
flashlight.
It's creepy because like he has to be close to you the entire time, because like that surveillance camp you go to, as soon as you leave it, he burns it all up, like the second you leave, basically. So he had to have been there, but you never see him or anything.
This sounds a little creepy.
It's a little off-putting.
The more you think about it, the creepier it gets.
Yeah, and I was like, when I was playing, I was like, oh, there's like some weird thing going on because there's 3 cots and they're all like bedded, so you think there's 3 people, at least, like surveilling on you, and it's just one dude who's like, I'm gonna trick them all. I don't know.
That was like with Going Home, because like I remember like nothing happens in the game. Like you don't run into a single person, but the entire time I was like, what if? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what if there's like a dude somewhere or like whatever? I remember one time I walked into a room and the door like closed behind you, and I fucking like I like quit the game. I was like, this is too scary. Like I couldn't deal with it, because I remember reading a review about the game that was like, this is the scariest game of 2016 16 or whatever.
Yeah, Firewatch is a similar moment. There's a door, it closes behind you, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Have you guys seen, speaking of scary games, something, I don't even know if I could play it. It's like a hacker game, and if you go on the dark web too much, someone just like
Yeah.
beats you with your chair, and it's like,
Yeah.
freaks
Oh,
out.
I have seen that. Yeah.
That's
You gotta
like-
find like the clues on different websites or whatever, and it uses your microphone.
Oh, really?
So if you hear
Oh,
people
right.
outside or whatever, you have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Why
Which
didn't
I
you just
mean, like-
never told
Yeah.
me?
Unless you're a
mute your mic.
streamer, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be built for that, I think.
Because, like, the thing is, like, there's different ways you can get caught. Like, you can get, like, assassinated, or there, like, the cops can come, or you just get, like, there's just, like, basic hitmen and stuff. But, like, it seemed kind of cool. And then there's, like, a second one that came out as well. They made a sequel, like, pretty quickly after. Like, and then...
What's it even called?
I think it's... Oh, fuck.
see, it's hard to remember the name.
Fuck you. It's something weird. Like, you're being watched or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was something about surveillance, isn't it?
You're
Like,
being
is it surveillance
surveilled.
turn? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Adam, you can find out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Adam's our
There's another
researcher.
one that is kind of like a lot of streamers play in a similar style. It's like I think it's just called like I think it's called Thief Simulator
Yeah,
or
I saw
whatever.
that.
Which that one looks kind of cool. Seems like a kind of similar style, just like some cheap small game that someone made. But it's a cool idea.
I thought that was an actual thief simulator.
Welcome to the
Well, like I don't
game.
think it was like a legit thing. Oh, welcome to the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It might be, yeah.
I found something else.
What's
Something
something
else
else that's
spooky.
spooky?
Sad Satan is a PC game built with the Terra engine, first brought on the YouTube channel Obscure Horror Color. I think it's a what? It just spooky pictures. Hold up.
Guys, I found something spooky. It's pictures.
No, it's supposed to be. This game was found on like a deep web forum or
It's
whatever.
like Bandersnatch.
Yeah, or it could only be downloaded from the deep web.
They made another. I think they're doing more Bandersnatch style stuff. Like apparently they made like a Bear Grylls.
Yeah, there's a
one.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that just shows that his stuff is bullshit then. What the hell?
I mean, like, if they went out for the purpose of doing it, I guess, but
Yeah,
Did you guys like Bandersnatch?
I never did it.
I thought it was cool. Like it definitely. I thought it was gonna be shit just because like a choose your own adventure type thing. But they definitely played. Like it was very like self-referencing and stuff, and I
Yeah.
thought they handled it quite well.
Did you get the one outcome where you tell the guy that you are Netflix, and then it leads to him getting like a kung
Yeah.
fu fight scene?
Yeah,
It's so
I
stupid.
think I got every ending. I'm pretty sure because like there's definitely. I was like arguing with someone about it. They were like, "Oh, there's multiple endings." They're like, "Yeah, but there's only really like one ending. Like every time you get to like a fake ending, it like brings you back in until you get to like the legit ending."
Oh, I didn't
And, like,
get to the legit ending. I did it with my family. That was a bit painful.
I can't remember what the legit ending is. But then there's like the after credit scene or whatever with the lady in like modern times that's trying to make Bandersnatch again, and then she does the same thing. She just fucking like breaks her computer and bashes her head or whatever.
Fun.
Yeah. But I don't know, it was definitely good. I don't know if they've made anything else other than Bandersnatch and the Bear Grylls.
I
But
saw another one, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it's definitely something they're keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
What about do you guys watch Black Mirror at all?
I've watched like a number of them, but
I've watched season 1, part of season 2, and like a couple episodes from season 3
I
and
don't
4.
know why it's so popular. Like it just seems like it should be like some small show
I think
that some
they're
people like, but it's massive.
They're
It's
really
weirdly
good.
massive, yeah.
I think they're really good though.
The ones I have watched have been really good,
Yeah.
but I've heard that like
Some
there's
are
a
good,
few
some
that
are
not
bad.
good.
Yeah.
And the latest one is
There's-
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I
They
watched
got
that
it.
one.
Oh, that was good.
It's not well.
I listened to the
Is she
song.
good?
It's dog shit.
He wasn't too bad. Like the only thing about it was basically spoiler alert, but like her producer was drugging her to make her kind of produce songs or something, and then she stopped taking her medicine, so they put her in like a coma so they could somehow get the songs out of her. There means, but basically like a copy of her consciousness is on this little doll, and in the end, the doll tries to kill the body.
The doll tries to do that?
Well, yeah, because she's plugging the machines, tries to unplug the machines.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of like if there was a copy of your consciousness somewhere, and say you got into a car accident, you're in a coma, should that copy of your consciousness be allowed to say that you should die?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if
that
it
was the
is
only like
me-
technological, like moral question.
Yes.
It kind
Because
of
the thing,
brought
they
up.
always do like some sort of. I just don't like it because it's depressing. Like every episode's like sad.
Yeah.
I can't deal with sad shit. Like I didn't like it. I don't know why I started with I like the one where it's like the mom puts.
Yeah.
She like puts the tracking on her kid or whatever.
Oh, that one
And
was
she could
fucked
filter,
I haven't seen that
filter
one
what
yet.
she sees.
You haven't seen it?
No, I don't think so.
It's just like she like the girl doesn't know that she's got the tracking on her, and then she goes and like does drugs and has sex, and the mom like intervenes, and then the girl like finds out and shit. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the one with it's the guy who is his laptop camera gets hacked, and then they get a recording of it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I
Is
think
that
it's
just
called
like-
like Dance Monkey Dance or something. It's got a good
Yeah.
twist.
Is that just like the FBI guy watching you?
Not really. It's basically they record him doing something, and then
Is it something that you can't tell us because it's a spoiler?
well, it's implied that he's jerking off.
Oh, that's it.
And then they tell him to do things.
And he does them?
Maybe
Okay.
it's worth watching.
One I really
It's got a
liked
good twist. At
is
the end.
the dating app one. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
It was just such a weird idea. I think they did it well, and it wasn't depressing, so that was
Yeah, that one wasn't depressing.
Yeah, there was one other one. San Junipero is not
yeah,
depressing.
that's what
at
I was
all.
thinking.
It's,
Like the lesbian
yeah.
one. Yeah. That was the first one I saw because I was like, I don't want to watch it. I'm depressing. And then
Yeah.
my friends were like, okay, well, watch this one. It's like,
Yeah.
That
it
one
was still
good.
kind of sad, but it was like fun.
It was
So,
sad in like a happy way. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it didn't leave you being like,
What the
oh,
fuck?
like everything fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
I think it was the first episode of Black Mirror the pig fucking
Yep.
one. Like that's such
Is
a
that the
weird.
first one?
That's the
That's
first
such
one.
a weird way to start your show.
I
Like
didn't
here's this
watch
brand new
it.
show. Here's this super controversial. I guess they wanted to start with controversy.
Yeah.
And then brings a name
Yeah,
to the show.
Prime Minister has to fuck a pig.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that was like based off of like the James Cameron, or not James
What?
Cameron, David Cameron.
Yeah. I think it had to have been.
It must have been, yeah. Because like the whole thing, right? You remember that, like David Cameron?
I don't-
Oh, he said like when he was in uni or whatever, as part of his like frat initiation, he had to like fuck a pig head or something.
Oh.
Yeah, something like
Like,
that.
the first one I watched was the one where it's like the two guys in the cabin.
I haven't seen that one either.
No, that one's pretty good too.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, again, they like imprison someone's consciousness,
Okay.
and then from there.
Yeah, I just don't like it because it makes me feel bad.
Yeah, no, it's like shit.
Yeah, there was one that was just really depressing. I think it was like 15 million merits. The one where they're in like some future place where you have to like watch ads constantly. Like your walls are ads, and
Yeah, and
you
they're, like,
like
exercising.
you exercise to get merits, and then you can spend merits on things. And then if you get 15 million of them, you can buy like a ticket to be on like an America's Got Talent kind of thing. And if you win, then you don't have to do this weird exercise thing anymore. And there's a whole story. It's just it ends in a way that made me just really unhappy.
It was revolting.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
And then it was like, a lot of them I've just like read on Wikipedia rather than
Yeah.
watching because I don't want to watch them.
Honestly,
Like,
you could just read most of them.
Like,
Yeah, because it takes so long, and then it's just like
Yeah.
I just feel like shit now.
yeah, like just tell me what the point is.
Yeah.
Like the bee drone one, or the killer bee one.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like vote on people to die, and then they just like send them off to everyone.
Yeah.
Or
That one was good to watch up to a certain point. Once you figure out the point of it, it gets really boring. Like I don't know.
Oh god, I was just thinking that one we were talking about, Zach, with the horrible ending.
Yeah.
I watched that with my family.
Oh,
Why would
no.
you pick
So
that show to
awkward.
watch
Wait,
with your
which one?
family?
I didn't pick it. They wanted to watch it. I was like,
Oh.
yeah, sure.
Which one?
Okay,
15 million merits.
Oh, okay, I haven't watched that.
It's season 1,
I'm
episode 3.
gonna go and read the Wikipedia plot.
Let's read this Wikipedia.
Should we just tell you?
Yeah, do you just want to know?
Sure.
It ends with this like wonderful girl getting like tricked and basically forced into porn.
Well, that's not the ending.
What?
That's like halfway through.
What did I forget?
Okay,
So
what's
she
your
gets his
disgusting
merits.
ending?
Yeah,
it wasn't
explain the
disgusting.
plot
I
to
was
us.
just like, okay. So there's this guy. He's doing his exercise bike thing. He sees this girl who's also doing the exercise bike thing, and he really likes her. And he gives her all of his merits because he finds out that she can sing. So he gives her all of his so that he can become, or she can go and get on the talent show and be talented or whatever. So she goes, so he does that, she gets the ticket, she goes and sings her song, and then all the judges are like, yeah, we got too many singers, but you look hot, do porn. So she gets to go do porn. And then he goes through this whole thing where he's trying to save up his own to get onto the talent show. But in order to save up, he decides to watch ads instead of skipping them. And he has to watch ads with this girl in porn because for reasons
And it's
I don't know.
super fucked up.
It's
She's
really
crying and
yeah.
stuff.
He's like sitting in like his room, and if he closes his eyes, the ads will just like sound an alarm until he opens his eyes to watch the ads again. It's like it's really messed up. He eventually gets on to the show. He saves up his 15 million merits. He gets onto the show, and he smuggles in a piece of glass, and then he does this thing where he like gives this really like heartfelt speech about how fucked up this whole system is, and he's gonna kill himself on screen to like prove a point. And then they go and they're like, that was really moving. We're gonna give you your own show where you just give speeches with glass to your neck. And that's just what he does now. It's like, what the fuck?
So they realize like these two great people trying to escape the system. You're like, yeah, you go, guys. And then
Yeah.
they both get fucked by
They
the
both
system.
get put right back into the system. Like, he doesn't have to do his exercise bike anymore. He gets his own, like, luxurious life. Just every so often he has to sit there with a piece of glass at his throat and give this speech about how the system is broken. And it's like... it's really depressing. I don't know.
I guess speaking of depressed, something that Black Mirror kind of reminded me of. I think is it called The Whale or Blue Whale or something? It's like that game that like it's like an internet game where like once you start it by like giving them a bunch of like personal information, and then they have you do like tasks and stuff, and it's like
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, it's a real thing. But like I think it was a thing in like Japan and stuff. But it was like day one, do this small thing, and then things get more and more fucked up. Or it's like posting
They're
to you
real
or
life
something.
things.
Yeah, they're real life things, and then it ends with like kill yourself. And then if you don't do it, they like release all the personal information about
Jesus.
that.
Why would you
And-
give him
and then-
what?
Hmm?
Why would you give him personal information at the start?
I guess like I don't know, to commit or whatever for fun.
So it slowly ramps up, builds your trust.
Oh yeah,
Gets
it's
you
just
to
like
do
a fun
crazy
little game.
things.
It's like, oh yeah, phone number, emails.
But this
Yeah.
literally just exists to make people kill themselves? Why?
I don't know where
You
it
think
started
they'd pay
from.
us or
I
something?
think it was like banned and they were like investigating. I think it's called like The Whale or something. Wait, let me
It's weird.
look into it.
But yeah, that definitely sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but you'd think they'd ask for money, not ask for you to kill yourself.
I mean, I guess if the point is to like make a statement,
Maybe.
but also get everybody to kill themselves is like a hell of a statement. I don't know.
That's kind of like the black or the Black Mirror one with the kid.
It's called Blue
First
Whale
it's-
Challenge.
Blue whale.
It was a thing. Blue Whale,
Sign
also
me
known as
up.
the Whale Challenge, is a social network phenomenon dating from 2016 that is claimed to exist in several countries. It is a game reportedly consisting of a series of tasks assigned to a player by administrators over a 50-day period, initially innocuous before introducing elements of self-harm and the final challenge requiring the player to commit suicide. And then it was in Russia, and I think, yeah, there were a number of suicides that were linked to it.
Damn.
Jesus.
The hell.
Oh, they made arrest fun.
I'm good.
Let's see.
I thought you were to say, oh, there's a sequel.
Uh-oh.
It says in 2016, Philip Budikin or whatever was a 21-year-old former psychology student who was expelled from his university after he claimed to invent the game in 2013. He said his intention was to cleanse society by pushing persons to suicide whom he deemed as having no value. Cool.
Cool.
Oh my
That's
god.
fun.
This sounds like a Marvel story or something. The evil psychologist.
Yeah, it's like,
What the hell?
we live in a society. Speaking of that, the Joker movie's coming out at some point.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's rated R, which people are excited about because
I think it looks good.
DC's like they're making a number of movies that are going to be rated R.
Mhm.
Like there's the Joker, which I think should be good. It looks pretty good because they're actually like taking themselves seriously. Like they're not going for a big money.
They're not
I
just
think.
copying Marvel anymore.
Yeah.
They're actually doing
Yeah,
something.
it
It
doesn't
feels like
look
an
like an
indie
action
film.
movie. It just looks
Yeah.
like a drama.
Yeah, just drama.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they're just going. It looks like a smaller sort of underground indie film. Looks quite good. And then I think they're gonna make a Birds of Prey movie, which Birds of Prey is like it's like a group of I think it's like Batgirl, Huntress. I think they're adding in Harley Quinn, but it's basically like a female sort of like crime fighting group that they're making a movie on, and that's supposed to be R-rated as well. And then they're making one, which is it's not DC like superheroes, but it's called The Kitchen, which I think it's about like a bunch of women who their husbands are in like the mafia or whatever, and they all get arrested, so the women like take over.
Oh, okay.
Is that DC?
It's done by Vertigo, which is like a comic group that DC owns.
But it's not in the DC universe.
No, it's not in the DC universe.
It's just like published.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like connected to DC, but it's not like superheroes related.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm glad they're finally doing something other than copying Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like they're not trying to do like a DC cinematic universe anymore based on that. But also like they're doing another
they are.
Batman film.
I think
With Robert
I'm
Pattinson?
so hoping it's good because like they're talking about how it's going to be like more detective based.
Yeah, but is it gonna link to like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, or is it just gonna be its own other standalone
I feel like
thing?
it's got to be standalone. Like they need to stop doing connected stuff.
Yeah.
Like they fucked up with the Justice League. They can't go straight back to it. Like they have to take their time.
But then they're doing Wonder Woman 1984 or whatever.
Yeah.
Which has to be the same Wonder Woman, I would think.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
same
It
actress.
is. Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing, because whether that's gonna like tie in at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that they were still going for Justice League. I thought they were still going for that, the big connected universe, and they were just filling in some holes and fixing characters and replacing actors because they fucked it up, and then they're gonna keep going and act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I thought that's what was happening.
I honestly I wish I was a kid when it came out, because like I remember when I was little I was like, this is the like one thing I want, like please make a Justice League movie. And now that I'm at an age where like I'm like I don't give a fuck, like
That's me with
it's
Sonic.
wasted. Like
That's me with Sonic, man. I wanted nothing more
you
in the
freak
world.
out because there's no those like whatever, what are the small things?
Chows.
Chows. You'd be like, where are the chows?
If there's not a Chow in the movie, I'll be mad.
I feel like
Very sad.
there's no way,
There's gotta
right?
be. At the end,
They're not a big thing in the universe, are they?
I mean,
I don't know. When they do the thing where Eggman gets probably into like his Eggman looking suit, and he looks like he's on like a different planet, they're probably gonna be like in the background somewhere.
chows.
They're gonna be the one.
Adorable.
There's gonna be one.
I know they are a surprisingly big part of the game. Not like the story, but in terms of content,
Yeah.
like you can do a lot with your chows. You can make them fight to the death.
Make a
and
race.
and-
There was like a whole like house system where
Is this, like,
you
an
like kept
entire
unlocking
side thing?
parts to it.
I don't remember that.
Was this
You
just
don't?
like a side thing to the game, or is this like
Okay,
a main
that's
thing?
what I remember. I think it was a side thing.
How that's such a small or like such a big like side thing. It sounds to have like your own fucking like The
It might-
Sims with chows.
It might connect though. Like you might collect like eggs or something in the real world. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you have to get them like in the game itself. Is like you get them and then you have this whole side thing.
And I think it was like an actual building in the world that you would go to.
Was
Yeah,
the
I
whole
think
game
so.
like open world?
No, it was just like a hub.
Was it like was the game third person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Sonic game?
Sonic
Adventures
Adventures
2? I don't remember.
What console?
Did I play it with you, or did you play it?
You owned it, and I played it a couple of times when I was at your house.
I just
I
I
remember
know
that.
so little about
And,
Sonic.
and yet you still remember more
I
than I do of
still-
the
Mm.
game.
Yeah, but with back to like the Justice League thing, like I never watched Wonder Woman. Like, it was set in World War One or World War Two,
World War
right?
II, yeah.
How did they jump her to? Did they pull like a Captain America and freeze her?
She's immortal.
She's a god.
Oh,
Yeah.
she doesn't age.
No.
She's like Thor of DC.
I guess I should.
Yeah, I
I
guess
guess I
Thought
should
you
know
would've
that.
known that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess I don't. I don't really touch much on Wonder Woman. Like the only time I ever read anything with her is Justice League related. So like I don't know too much about her.
Is she not Justice League?
Yeah.
No, she is Justice League. I just don't read anything like side. I don't read any of her
So
solo
like
stuff.
just the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get if like Thor is immortal, but they also talk about him being a kid, so he ages.
They're like elves.
That doesn't help.
Because Odin is
Zach.
super. Oh, okay. they live for a really, really long time.
So they're not immortal. They
No.
just live.
Like for
Okay.
billions of years. I don't know. Because Odin
Okay.
gets super old.
Yeah. I
He
guess
dies of old age.
That's true. Okay. So they have. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like practically immortal.
They're
but
practically
not
immortal. Yeah. For humans, they'd be immortal. Like elves.
Of course, like elves.
Yeah, I don't know, but like the Batman film, I feel like it could be good, but they just need to not fuck it up. Like there's so many people that could do it well. Like if you take on like an actual like comic book writer, I feel like they could do it like decent. Just
Probably.
have them as like a side role. But I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Also, what's happening like after Spider-Man: Far From Home? Like, there's nothing else announced, is there?
There's been announced things, but not like dates, I think.
There was gonna be a second Doctor Strange.
There's a second Doctor
Okay.
Strange.
And Guardians of the
There's
Galaxy.
Guardians 3. There's The Eternals.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. I think they said that there's going to be... There's another movie that I can't remember. Other than that, it's just like the Disney Plus TV shows.
Yeah, like it's all just going quiet. Wait, what's Disney Plus TV? Oh, like the Black Widow and stuff. Right?
Well, there's a Black Widow movie. That's the other one.
Oh.
But like the Disney Plus TV shows, there's a Falcon and Winter Soldier one. There's a Scarlet and Vision. Scarlet Witch and Vision one. There's a third one that I can't remember.
Is there like, they're not doing a Captain America one?
I guess that'd be Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
I'd watch the Scarlet Witch and Vision one because those are two characters that I thought were cool. I have no other knowledge from comics, and I just saw like none of them.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I know Scarlet Witch is supposed to be like unbelievably powerful. She just never really got that way in the movie. I guess like
Yeah.
sort of in
she's kind of
game.
fucked up Thanos.
She gets angry and kind of
and she like
does the whatever.
buries Vision.
Yeah, like she did show like powers, but I don't know. I don't know.
Pussied out.
Yeah, I don't know what that show's gonna be about because the show has a shitty name. It's called WandaVision. It's the shittiest name, but Vision's dead.
In the
So-
show?
Well, it's a prequel, probably, right?
I guess no, like in the movie.
Because like they go
no,
off,
but in the shows he's still.
I
I
don't
guess you
know.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
they go off the radar for a long time. The two of them, right?
Yeah,
they-
if
they're
you talk about that again.
Romantic.
The other show
retreats.
was Loki. They're making a Loki show. Yeah.
Same actor.
But
I
he's
assume.
fucking dead. Is it gonna be way back?
It's gonna be the other timeline. I'm thinking because he gets the Tesseract in Endgame and then disappears.
Oh, okay.
I'm
They
assuming
connect everything so fucking well.
They-
They're, like,
I don't know how they.
they're
They
thinking
should
so
just
hard.
reboot. Change it up.
I mean, the Loki thing can't affect.
Thor is
Movie
now like
timelines
the
anymore,
original
so-
Thor, like just an old dude with a cane that turns him into Thor.
What?
Like originally Thor, the character was like an old doctor guy, but he found this basically a stick. And if he like hits the stick on the ground, it changes into Thor.
It's like Shazam.
Yeah, and that's just
Pretty much.
That's probably why
So
they
was
won't do it.
was that scene with the umbrella disguised as a hammer a reference? Because he like smacks up the floor and then turns into Thor.
Maybe.
that's cool.
I don't know. But just do stuff like that. Just change it up.
We're all just creaking all.
Yeah. But there's only so much you can do with
Yeah.
them, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad they
But, yeah,
kind of got
like,
rid of
they
all
should-
the original.
I just want to.
Significantly change.
I just want them to wait until they finally own all the characters and then like they need the Fantastic Four is such a massive fucking thing in the comics that it's weird that they haven't had them yet or
Yeah.
that they're missing out.
Those early 2000s movies were so shit.
I read the first Fantastic Four. I don't think was terrible. I thought that wasn't too bad.
I don't remember.
I
it
never
too
saw
well.
it. I heard it was okay. I never saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't it wasn't.
I thought it was
Good
just like
one, yeah.
super super cheesy.
Yeah, but it was one of the first big superhero movies, so
Yeah.
they sort of had to find their feet before Iron Man really sort of put it into effect. Big creak. I can't creak because even if I want to, dude, I'm completely silent. You think we should wrap up soon?
Yeah, maybe.
I think
Does
so.
anyone have something? Does anyone have something?
Oh, I thought you said you had something.
I don't. I do. I mean, Super Long Weiner Dogs. You know square
Yes.
watermelons? Take a baby watermelon, put it in a cube, square watermelon. Take a baby wiener dog, put it in a tube, and it'll grow.
Do you realize how slow wiener dogs grow?
Do you realize
Get
how
him as a
inhumane that is? What?
Super long wiener dogs.
That's like
Okay, wait, no. Explain. Is this a
Okay.
thing or is this an idea you
It's
had?
my idea.
Okay. Okay.
That's like that thing. I sound like super
Yeah.
racist saying this. I don't know if it's China or Japan. It's
Is the bamboo?
somewhere around there. The shoes on the girls,
Yeah.
and they they
Oh.
make their feet just like crush themselves as
Exactly.
they grow.
Just
That was
take a
Russian.
puppy, put a tube around its middle. It grows into that tube. Put a longer tube, grows into that.
I like
you
how
know
I
how
mentioned
people
like
stretch their
Doggy
ears?
braces.
Do that with the
Yeah.
dogs, so now you have like...
I like how I mentioned something super fucked up as an example, and Adam's like, exactly.
I was
It's
made me
like
think
3
of
foot
like
long.
you know the bamboo
But-
torture they would do, where they would like have the person lie down and plant bamboo
Oh,
over
yeah.
them, and it would like grow through.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Mythbusters, like Mythbusters did an episode on. Well, he looks so.
Yeah, they grow
He looks so
plants through people.
scared.
I am.
Yeah, like
It
'cause
grows through them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that torture or just impaling?
torture.
That'd be torture. It doesn't grow in like 2 seconds. It's
Yeah,
like
but-
years.
But bamboo
No, it's
grows
not.
really
whatever.
quickly.
Bamboo grows like a foot a day.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Or more, even.
still, it'd be slow.
Okay,
Yeah.
but fine. It's a slow impalement. It's still
Torture.
Like
It's
touches them.
torture.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's like the what's the pointy thing that they just kind of sit you on and
Oh,
you
in medieval
slowly slide
times.
through and it kills you, but it's slow.
Oh jeez.
The horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Medieval times were fucked up. They would hang you upside down and then saw you from the crotch up so you'd stay conscious because you're upside down.
Mm.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Oh
They
yeah,
would do that as well.
dude. Any torture machine. Is
I'm
just
so glad we
fucking
have like the
crazy.
Geneva Convention, dude.
Yeah.
Like holy fuck.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
God, and breaking on the wheel is a freaky one. They
Yeah.
literally they just tie you to a wheel and they break every bone in your body and make sure you stay conscious and then they just leave you there to die.
Or like the one where they open you up from the insides and then they like would put honey and stuff on you and then put you onto like a boat and just send you out into like a swamp because then bugs would just eat you alive.
Yeah. Or they put a bucket with a rat in it on your chest and then heat
Oh,
the bucket.
that was
so
in
the
Game
of
rat
Thrones.
goes-
That
yeah.
was in Fast and Furious, wasn't
Did
it?
they do that in Fast
I
and
think
Furious?
they did that.
Yeah.
In Fast. I've heard that they have. I haven't watched that. It looks like a shit movie.
Fast and Furious is weird.
It's
They're so just insane. I don't
How's it
understand.
so popular?
Because it's just a
It's so
crazy action.
John
big
Cena's
budget.
gonna be in the next one.
Oh, dude.
Why are they making more?
Because they can.
And now it's not about cars anymore. Now it's just an action movie with guns.
Well, that's the spin-off.
Yeah,
Hobbs
like-
and Shaw.
Oh, that's a spin-off.
That's a spin-off. That's not his main
Are
line
they
movie.
in the?
They're in. Yeah.
Oh,
They've been the sort of main characters.
fuck.
My brother, who watches the movies, thinks that in Hobbs and Shaw they're gonna kill The Rock because The Rock and Vin Diesel have beef.
in
I've
real
heard
life.
In
Okay.
real life. Yeah. So if they're gonna keep Vin Diesel in the mainline movies, they have to kill off The
brother a
Rock.
total of 3 times.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
he's the
exactly
kind of
like
guy
him.
for the Fast and
Because he
Furious
loves the Need for
guys.
Speed movies.
You wonder how Fast and Furious is still a thing.
Does he watch NASCAR?
No, he watches F1.
Okay, because he seems big into cars.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just
It's just the thing
Not
that's
so
bad.
bad.
Because
Yeah.
how did it go? Because like Fast and Furious, was it 2 that was Tokyo Drift?
3.
3? Because that was like pretty much just mostly cars, right?
Mhm.
I feel. Like,
1
how-
to 3 were like cars and car heists and things.
Like how did they go over to just
I
like
don't remember
like when I was
fully.
watching it, they were like fighting on a fucking train, and then all of a sudden he's like flying his car off a cliff and shit. Like,
Yeah. I think in 7 they skydive cars out of a plane because they
course they do.
can.
yeah.
You know what I love? I think Mission Impossible is a great balance between ridiculous over the top action and like actually being believable.
Mm.
It's not quite believable, but it's pretty good.
I watched Mission Impossible Fallout the other day. At the end, like when he's doing his helicopter stunts and stuff, there's this weird thing where it keeps switching aspect ratios, and it distracted me like
Ugh.
to no end.
Really?
Yeah,
I never noticed
I
that.
don't know. Like my brother didn't notice. I don't know how. I really don't know how.
So it would just stretch
'Cause-
out?
no, because like normal, it's got like black bars at the top and
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
And then helicopter scenes, it's full screen. And then they switch back to a scene of people talking normal, and it's back to this. And then it's helicopter, and it's back to full screen.
That's weird.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like in games when like all of a sudden like the black bars like
Yeah,
come down.
I do not like black bars.
but
in
it's
games.
not. It's
Yeah.
not even like a gradual thing because it's just like cuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it just cuts
that's-
between them.
that's
It's
really-
really noticeable. And my brother was like,
Nah, I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
I don't know.
Although,
Grammar
I watched it on
rules.
an airplane.
Mission Impossible movies. It's not like an old person movie, but she really likes the friendly.
I'm trying to think which one I've watched. It's the one with Simon Pegg.
He's in a bunch of them. Wait,
Fuck.
Simon Pegg? Yeah.
I think it's the first one he was in. It's like the one where he used to like dive into the water and then like swim around a bunch.
He dives in the water and Fallout.
Okay.
I think it's Fallout.
I can describe video games.
What are you doing with movies?
It's the one. There's a scene where Simon Pegg has to look like exactly like the business dude.
Oh, fuck. Which one?
They have a thing where the way they test the security password is you just have to walk.
It might
and,
be
like,
one of the first ones.
No, it was definitely a later
The
one.
Okay,
one
I don't
with the
know.
water where he's...
I just know. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Simon Pegg's character is in all of them.
I was trying.
So-
I was trying to get like specific.
Going to Simon Pegg.
You
I
know?
like how you have to clarify after he jumps in the water, then he swims.
He just dives in and just sits there like, fuck.
You know the one with the guns?
The Mission Impossible. Yeah.
It's the one where like he did the big like scene of him on the side of the plane at the start.
Oh, that was 4.
It had a thing on the end, right? Like a little tag. Mission Impossible flank.
Yeah, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation. It was not that one.
Rogue Nation is where?
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation, yeah.
Must have been that one.
What am I
think-
saying?
I think you said Broke Nation.
No,
Rogue
Rogue
Nation.
Rogue Nation.
Fuck
The
it.
grease.
This is a train wreck. One thing I just sort of came to mind is monies are such like a big like risk. Money. Did I say monies?
You did.
Holy shit! What's happening?
It was really scary.
And you could lose your monies. No one knows.
Movies are such a big risk because they cost so much, and you don't get like paid on them until it comes out.
Mm.
Like you can make some like $300 million movie, and then no one watches it, and it's like, fuck! Like
yeah.
we just wasted.
Yeah, you could have lost a lot of money.
Yeah, and you can't even scum people into pre-ordering it.
I mean, you can.
That's what the producers are.
Like there's some website for games that are trying to do it where it's a subscription thing, but then you get to play the live version of the game.
But the,
So like,
Xbox Game Pass?
yeah,
What do you mean?
what I'm using right now.
no, but it's a game in development.
Like you
Oh,
play
it's
it.
like
It's
Star-
kind of like
So you pay to be a tester.
yeah. So it's a subscription, and you're basically we developed this thing. Let's try it out. They put in this version. You play it right
That's
away.
weird.
Isn't that how
That's
Star
just
Citizen
early-
is right now?
That's but that's just
Yeah.
early access, like in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It's not
I feel
It's
But
like
not-
super
yeah, but not
extreme
subscription.
early access.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's weird. You play when
That's gonna ruin like careers for game testers. People actually do that.
yeah, but they also get paid like nothing. Like
Yeah, but
that's a
they do it.
terrible job.
But
And
it's,
now
but
it's
it's
food
like an
testers.
intro to. That's where you start
Hmm.
usually.
Yeah.
Because like game testing, like I remember it was something that like every kid wants to do that plays video games, and then you like it sounds like the worst job ever.
Same with food testing, because they have you eat the same thing over and over and over, and you don't swallow it. You spit it out in a bucket, and you have to get super precise.
That would-
that's the bad one. Spit it in a bucket. Oh no!
Can't spit in a bucket?
I need to swallow it once
I'll
it gets
chew
in my
this
mouth. What the
granola
fuck?
bar like 20
Yeah.
times with a bucket.
That gets to me. I can't have ice cream out of a cone because I don't want to lick my own spit over and over again. I
Guess
don't want
what?
to
You're-
spit out my food.
Guess what? Spit's all in your mouth right now.
But no, I would. Oh, it's the idea of chewed up food just in front of you.
Okay.
It's so weird.
That's weird. I'm gonna like eat an entire McDonald's meal in front of Cam and just spit it out back into the bag.
Subway cup.
Oh, that's why I'm afraid of it, dude.
That's
I'm
why.
scared.
That was the cause.
Oh.
Subway cup guy.
Subway.
All right, for our 0 listeners,
Hey, we have 2.
Yeah, there might be some.
I was working.
Does Lyra listen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kinda does.
I was working at a movie theater that shall go unnamed, and
It
I.
works in.
Yeah.
It's a chain. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, fuck
I was
them.
looking
It's not
at
like it's like
landmarks.
their fault.
I mean,
Fuck
I
Walmart.
work at Komodo Services.
I didn't even
Who's
know the
gonna
name
know?
of it.
Exactly. Like, it's a company. It's not someone's name.
They're gonna track you down now.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're gonna find you.
Oh,
They're gonna find you and spit in yourself.
I'm gonna be in a bunch of
They're gonna
different
put you in
parks.
Blue Whale game or whatever.
They're gonna piss in your car parks.
I do that already.
Wait, really?
Where else am I gonna piss?
in your Gatorade bottles.
I've pissed in the airport parkade like 4 times.
Like just
last
on the
night.
ground and then you clean it up?
Oh, I aim for a drain. And then yeah, we're washing it anyways, but aim for a drain. It's it's not that bad.
I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Wait, this is a... Okay, finish your Subway and then I have a question to ask.
Right. I was working at a theater, and I was cleaning the theaters at that point, not working in the concession. And I was just about to finish cleaning up a big theater all by myself. It was dark and spooky in there, and I pick up a cup, and I'm like, oh my god, this is heavy. And it had another cup, a smaller cup stacked in it, and I went to grab it and went like... and it was just a scarring noise. I remember it perfectly. So then I raise it up to look at it in the light, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. It's this Subway cup filled up with an entire sub, chewed up and spit out, and it's just this mush. And the sound it made, man, the sound! Oh... I had to sit down. I had to sit down and just look away for like 2 minutes before I could get the guts to throw it into my garbage bag. And it was 2 stacks, and they were both full. 2 cups stacked into each other. And
Wait,
full
you
of chewed up food.
spit in one and then like push the other one.
So that's what happened to me though, because I tried to grab the other cup and I pushed down a bit, and it made this squishing noise. And when I raised it up, it was going down the side.
It didn't happen. It didn't just happen one time.
No, okay, it only happened to me once, but this guy was legendary. Assuming he was a guy, he was just known in Landmark as Subway Guy.
Turns out it's a big rat.
And he'd go in incognito, chew up his Subway, spit it in a cup, and leave it.
Imagine if they found him. Like, what can you do? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're like, don't do that again. Okay.
Like, we couldn't do anything. If
You
you
have
were,
the quiz
Like
notes.
how chewed up is this? Is this like?
oh, it's
mush?
a mush. There's no.
Are you sure he doesn't just shove it into water and like there's bread, it kind of melts?
Stop.
I don't think so.
Hedgehogs do this thing where if they really like a food, they'll take it and they'll chew it up until it's almost a foam, and then they spit it on their back so they smell like it because they like the smell. That's what he's doing. He's chewing it up and then probably just rubbing it on his
No. Yeah, with a trench coat just like filled with like chewed up.
Yeah, how did you
Subway.
not know who it was? You had to have seen a person with Subway.
Well, there's so many people working there in crowds of hundreds of people.
But someone has to
Well,
have seen
I'm
some
not-
guy with a Subway
You
standing
can walk
there.
in with a backpack.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't walk in
Oh,
like
okay.
holding his Subway bag, like
And an
grinning.
empty cup.
Like, this one's meatball.
Ah,
I'm sure you'll learn later.
No,
Anyway.
that one was ham.
Oh.
I can tell you that much.
Anyway, my question is, how do drains work? Like, say you're in, like, when you're, no, because you're pissing in a parkade, right?
Yes.
Are you on, like, which floor? Like, the bottom floor? Or, like,
Yesterday was the 4th.
where does it
Okay.
go?
So it
'Cause,
goes
like-
down into a tube
pipe.
pipe.
Plumbing.
But, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, each level must have a different drain. It's not like they can all connect together.
Yeah, they
right?
can't connect.
Dude, there's
I'm just thinking, like, there's water coming from the ceiling when you, like, it doesn't, like, come and, like, fall into the next
I was
drain.
gonna say,
Like, you
no.
piss, it's like,
Because there's
it's
a drain, and then immediately underneath the drain is a pipe, and that pipe is routed through and
A
down.
big pipe. You probably
To
have
a
a main
big,
drain
big,
pipe.
big-
It's probably like a spout
And that goes
on your
down
house.
into the sewer system.
Like a
Ah,
spout on your
I see.
house where it just runs off the side. And you just
Yeah,
pee
it's
off
just
the
a
side of the
downspout.
That's what I was
Pee off the
thinking.
side and pipe.
I was thinking one big, like, pipe that you piss just goes
Just
down.
like a big hole, just all the way through.
The piss pipe.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to end now. Alright. Cam's going off. Okay, anyway, thanks for listening. I don't know, follow us on Twitter, I guess.
Do we post
What's the
anything?
handle?
Have we posted anything?
I've told, well, I'll probably say, like, new
episode
podcast
live.
up now or whatever, so you can find out how to listen
Hell
to it, because
yeah.
I still gotta figure out how to host
Does
it.
anyone see it?
What, the
tweet.
The tweet?
People
If
who
they're
see
following
it.
it.
Yeah, but nobody's following it.
That's what I'm telling them to follow. Follow
Do we have any followers?
What's the Twitter handle so
It's-
people can follow it?
at the podcast heard, I believe. one word, that's how Twitter handles work.
There you go.
The podcast heard we are.
Subscribe, you must.
Alright, catch you later.